The RAD podcast is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
And welcome to this week's edition of the RAD podcast, Random Ass Discussion, where anything's a topic and nothing is taboo. Joining us this week, we have the full squad. We have Darren.
Yo.
Alan.
Hello.
Xander.
Uh-huh.
And the lost one, Adam.
Hello.
How are you guys doing? How's your week's been?
Fucking peachy. I have left the garage.
Hey! The potential for mushroom clouds in Blackpool has reduced chronically.
And instead it's going to be an infestation of diarrhea and sickness because I'm now cooking.
Oh, fuck.
I'm the second chef at the garage. At the bar I'm working at.
He's getting withdrawal symptoms now. He'll be back at the garage at the end of the year. I can see it coming.
Fuck off.
You loved it, really.
I would prefer to lick Daz's balls after being in balls deep in horse manure.
How do you know what I do in my private time?
Fucking Big Brother, baby.
Speaking of which, Darren sounds like he's had an interesting week. Go ahead.
Well, much better, yeah. Feeling much better than I was. I'm feeling better now. Been in hospital. Just find out what's wrong with me and all that.
Was it like a brain?
No,
Yeah, they didn't find
it. Jaw ache.
Jaw
After
ache?
technical term.
He's from Blackpool and he has jaw ache.
Hmm.
And he doesn't live that far away from Central Drive.
Hope you were making
giving
at
it
least
away
some
for
decent
free,
money.
shouldn't
So I hope he was charging a fair bit, Darren. Come on.
I was.
I need someone to pay for this podcast.
Well, that's what I'm doing it for.
Oh, for the cause.
Oh, you should sell, like that girl is. She's selling virginity for $2 million. Let's sell someone's arse virginity for $2 million.
Right,
Who
Xander, you're
wants
up.
to go up for it?
Daz, we all know you're the South Pier £5 special.
Yeah, but
that
it's
means-
not virginity though, is it?
I'm gonna say that makes that makes Darren. Yeah, that makes Darren's offer null and void. You probably get 50p in a packet of sherbet, maybe.
I know. That won't do us for long.
No, you know the podcasting fees are a lot higher than that. So, anyways, Andy, how's your week been?
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. Yeah, fairly quiet where you live, I suppose, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, fairly quiet.
top of a fucking mountain.
No, bottom of one.
Oh, bottom of a mountain then. Fair enough. So you just get flooded. It's all a downside, isn't it? You get shit internet. It's too quiet, and then you get flooded.
Yeah, but then when it's nice weather, I get no clouds.
Nah, that's a fair point.
Saying that, this weekend was a bit alright, wasn't it?
It was. I just hope, obviously we're doing something this weekend. It's going to be an absolute fucking washout.
I had 2 nice days and then it's rained.
Yeah.
We had 4. We were good. We had 4.
I managed to get me. Sorry, go on.
But the long distance forecast says heat wave over the Easter holidays.
Fantastic. Can it start now?
No. I tell you what, when the sun came out, everyone was nice at work, and then it pissed it down
And everyone was a
Thursday, and
cunt.
everyone's a cunt.
Yeah. Just so it's amazing how much the weather can lift people.
True fact.
It is weird.
It's just. Even now, I was decided the other day. What was it? Tuesday morning? No, Monday morning. I looked at the way. Wow, it's really nice out there. So I went out on the bike. Went all the way down to the Trough of Bowland, where if you're not from the northwest, it's just outside Preston. It's at the bottom of the Pennines. It's really nice around there. So I went out on the bike around there. Had a great time. Stopped up. Had a coffee with some old people who were out on their motorbikes as well. 2 old guys. Yeah, it was beautiful. Then I had to go to work after it.
Fantastic. What about you, Coxy? How's your escapade been this week?
Same old, really. Did the Mania pod. Did some writing today. Started my new job today.
Oh yeah, that's you back at some sort of works, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, we won't mention the actual full name, just in case. But
That's just my phone.
I'm thinking, fucking hell, we're getting some surround sound going on here.
They're gonna say this is
Me with the wash machine, Paul with his random car noises, and you with some guy sitting there going, ah.
You don't want.
It was the intro for Dragon Age Origins.
Fair enough. You just don't want to know what's going on in the background of Adams.
Slaughtering of pigs. That's why he uses Michael all the time. And Daz just has a row of bumboys lined up for their services on Central Drive.
Which is why
ready to go out.
Which is why he had lockjaw.
Yeah. Well, no, not for himself. He just sits there. He's like their pimp as such. Pimps them out every night.
Now you know who owns that orange shop.
Flags, out you go. A couple of groats.
Now you know who owns that orange shop now, Adam.
No. For legal reasons, I'm not allowed to mention any of it.
Oh dear! Do you know what? This week I've not actually done a lot. This week like I say, we had some nice weather over the week, so I spent, rather than going out and doing something nice, I went in the back garden and tidied it up and sorted the shed out. So
no, you did something good this week. You bought the new Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes, I did, and that's a very nice segue, Alan. Thank you very much, because
you're welcome.
It's something I wanted to talk about this week. My better half surprised me the other day. I went out to the shop, or the park. I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been the park. So, yeah, it was the park because my son decided it would be a good idea to jump off a log and bite his tongue. So I had to rush home because he was pissing blood everywhere out of his tongue. So luckily it all healed up by the time we got home. So hunky dory. But got home and found the Mass Effect Andromeda sealed on the dining room table. I was like, found out that Mrs. had ordered it out the catalogue. So,
well, that's a lie because she's after something.
Yeah, probably just me to leave her alone for the next month.
That's what it is. She's after something. So she's either eyed up tickets to go see someone, or she's found like a £200 handbag that she's dying to get.
£200 to spend? When was the last time? I can't remember the last time I had 200 pence.
What, £2?
Yeah,
really? Exactly since the last time I had £2, and that was now in my pocket. I think I've got about £8 in my pocket.
It's alright for some, innit, you rich bastard?
When are you going to spend this on the podcast?
He already has spent on the podcast.
Yeah, women all night. Making money.
But yeah, to be fair to Alan, he has paid. He has paid to boost stuff on the podcast, so can't fault him on that. But going back to Andromeda, I know I have it. I know Alan's got it.
I want it.
Darren wants it. I know Xander wants it, but he's hanging fire. And I think Coxy couldn't give a flying fuck about it, from belief.
I've never played any of them.
So yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on what you've played so far, Morrison?
So far, as I says, I think I've only done an hour on it so far. So for what I've played of it, it does feel like a Mass Effect game. Now, if any other people have played Mass Effect, you follow Commander Shepard and his little ragtag crew. Her or her, yes, Fem Shepard, and you take on the galaxy's enemies, everything from the Reapers to pirates, and you save the day, basically, as all games go. This, so far, because I've not played any more of it, I have no idea where it's going, so it's nice to able to get something that feels like Mass Effect and the series beforehand, something brand new, something fresh, but it has that twist of what's happened in the original Mass Effect, because in the storyline it goes basically, was it 200,000 people?
It's 20,000, I believe. 20,000.
20,000 people of all races, all aliens, all humans, go exploring the Andromeda galaxy. That's right, because they go and get my tongue back in. They go and explore the Andromeda galaxy, which is 200 million light years away. So it's been in cryostasis for 600 years.
About 623 years. Just to put into perspective where it's set in the games, it's set before, I believe it's set before Mass Effect 1.
No, it's set before Mass Effect 3. It's
but they don't know about the Reapers, do they? So
no. You know when you get blown up at the start of 2?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's set in that time period before you get reawakened.
Ah, yes, that's right, because there's a little news snippet. If you go into the Citadel, he goes, do you fancy being an explorer? Would you like to start a new colony? Fear not, we have a thing for you. And it's like a little tiny snippet saying that send them off to another galaxy. So it does get mentioned in Mass Effect 2, if I remember rightly, and expand.
But that's the only place they could put it, because at the end of 3, mind, all the relays explode.
This is true.
So they would never get out of the galaxy.
Again, this is true. But what he is slightly wrong when it comes to... Oh, Alan's actually dropped out again, but he is slightly wrong when it comes to the storyline about the Ark. Actually, he is about the people going from the Milky Way to Andromeda, where it's not just one Ark. Because there's a human Ark, a Solarian Ark, a Krogan Ark, and an Asari Ark, all with 20,000 on. And you lose contact with the other 3, so a part of the storyline, I'm not up to this, but it's finding out where the other 3 are and what's happened to them. So I'm looking forward to it. So I've played slightly further than Alan, and
hello, sorry,
hello.
I'm back.
It's okay. There are the odd graphical issue, which Alan will attest to. But storyline-wise, I don't think it really affects it. I mean, you still get your Mass Effect story. It's very deep. It's very detailed. And you do genuinely feel like there's a bit like... When you get there, it's like, oh, shit's hit the fan. And there's a lot of serious feeling of desperation, isn't there, Alan?
Yeah.
Massive amount.
My internet cut off for some reason.
It's okay.
Yeah. It is pretty much like the only way I could describe it is Star Wars: New Hope, when Han Solo, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I think he's gone again.
And Luke Skywalker make the jump from Tatooine to Alderaan and basically land in the middle of an asteroid field where Alderaan was. So it was basically, they just jumped, woke up, went, oh shit, everything's gone to fuck.
But on an even bigger scale.
Style. It is good. Yeah, it is good. And I quite like also the fact that they added the N7 series into it.
Yeah, it's a bit of continuity then, though, isn't it? You know, you need someone who was sort of familiar but different as well, which is what I can say about the whole game in itself, especially the gameplay, because it's the same but different, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's got all the stuff you recognise. So you've got all the aliens you know, the Isari, Turians, Krogan, and I can't remember the hyperactive critters called.
Solarian.
Solarians, that's it. And and you still got the faction style there, where the Krogans hate the Solarians and the Turians. Turians are not trustworthy with the Isari, and everyone hates the humans.
What you've also got to remember, though, is obviously you're putting the time frame of when they set off. These Krogans that are in Andromeda have not been cured of the genophage. So they are going to still hold a resentment, aren't they, for?
Oh, come on. It was over like 2,000 years ago. No one can hold a grudge that long.
Yeah, you can. Trust me. You can't procreate if you can't, have babies advance your species, and someone stopped you from doing that. Of course.
No, they didn't stop it. They reduced it down to 1 in 1,000.
You just say lucky fucking bastards.
No, not really. At the same time, because basically they still get pregnant and they have stillborns, which you don't want to wish that on your worst enemy, to be honest.
Exactly. It's because it's moving mad.
But at the same time, it is basically, God damn it, you can run around and shag anything, and all that's good in the world.
Yeah, pretty. It's a double-edged sword, I suppose. But yeah, obviously with the gameplay mechanics as well, there's obviously a slight change with. They've added a bit of vertical sort of play, haven't they? Because you can now use jump and jetpacks, and apparently you can combine powers using that as well, so you can actually jump in the air and fire on your way down and things like that. It sounds quite. I'm not actually, obviously, I've not really played with it that much at this moment in time because I'm not much further than Alan is, but the combat.
I will say this: I will be really, really, really disappointed if the guests don't turn up.
I don't think they will.
Or the Quarians.
Quarians, they've written into it sort of where they had a malfunction and didn't set off, so you don't know if A, they're coming later, or B, they've been caught up with what happened in Mass Effect 3.
Aren't they DLC?
Possibly. Well, I've not heard it announced.
I am sure they are.
Because they're always good, because if you don't know who the Quarians are, basically Quarians get fucked over by...
themselves.
By themselves, by creating these non-sentient automanons, basically robots to do their hard labour and all that.
Basically, the walking, talking toasters.
Yeah, basically, but they gained a conscience and they questioned why were they around. And they've gone, oh shit, where's the stop button, self-destruct, and they fought against kick the Quarians off the home world. The Geth basically are now like a sentient being and lived on their own thing. In the original Mass Effect series, you get a Geth who basically didn't like how things were being done with the Geth. And there's like a splinter group called the Legion, because they are many, and who basically just went, no, you know what, deal with it, we're not forced. We're here to sort it all out because we're sick and tired of what's going on, and we want to make contact with organic life, and we want to have that connection sort of thing. So if the guests turn up and it's a splinter group saying like, yeah, we basically didn't like the idea of all that, we just basically come to Andromeda to start anew, and that could be fun. That could work, 600 years. A lot of shit happens in 600 years.
There's a possibility, obviously, if it's DLC that the Quarians are coming. Obviously, there's a lot of shit between the Quarians and the Geth, and there's things about the Quarians doing experiments on the Geth. So, yeah.
And also,
you don't know.
Also with the Quarians as well, in their adolescence, they go off on a pilgrimage to find resources for their people and all that jazz. So that'd be quite good if, like, you bumped into a lone Quarian who's travelled the expanse into another galaxy.
So that's some fucking pilgrimage, that.
Yeah, and that that could be it as well. Come on, everyone, whoever's played Mass Effect, everyone wants to know what Quarian looks like underneath their armour.
Well, supposedly we saw one. But
No, you don't. You see Tally taking a helmet off when they settle on a brand new world, and turns around and looks at Shepard. You don't see anything. You just see the.
You never romanced Tally, did you?
I did.
I was going to say, what if you've got Tally fully romanced through 1, 2, and 3, and you're able to get a full truce between the Quarians and the Geth?
No,
Yeah.
nothing.
No, you get a picture. You get a picture for it. You get a picture. You get a picture in a picture frame inside of your bed, which you can look at.
She just looks human.
With a few lines on her face.
Then what? Why have they got the thingy on then?
Because they need it to breathe.
No, they don't need it to breathe. Basically, because of their home world was quite fragile, and they came into space, and basically because the space so long on their fleet, their immunity systems dropped. So every time they visit other worlds, they're not used to the whole, other germs and all that. So it makes sense because
it's all War of the Worlds basically. If they get a cold, it could kill them.
No. Basically, it's true.
Take a look in the chat.
Oh, we've got something in the chat.
Oh,
that's what the Quarians look like under their armour.
Oh, she looks hot.
Yeah, that's the picture, the exact picture that you get.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. That's not too bad. I've never seen that.
So now you know.
That's what happens when you max everything out.
But yeah, the whole Quarian suit thing is actually a scientific proof to it. So
there you go.
It's apparently if you do live in space for long periods of time, your immune system does drop.
Supposedly.
So, no, it's true because you're not there constantly with bacteria.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, because your immune system's not constantly fighting shit off.
Yeah, exactly. The area you're living on, like a space station, it's clear, it's clean, everything's clean, everything's germ free, and all that. So
this is true.
That's why they wear their suits and that.
Yeah, fair play.
So back to the day.
Yeah, it's just to wrap up on the Mass Effect thing. Then, what do you think overall, Alan, and what are you hoping for?
I'm hoping for a really good carrying on a really good storyline, and it doesn't end in like a dire moment like Mass Effect 3. But this is a whole new development team as well.
Yeah, it is. It's a subsidiary, isn't it? It's based in Montreal, so it's slightly different minds. It's like the same project, different ideas. So could be interesting. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it when it gets when you get all the game mechanics become available to me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
The online mode.
And the online mode, yeah.
It is supposed to be superb. It's basically, that's the only reason everyone ended up playing Mass Effect 3. Thought the storyline, the online mode was brilliant. It's a good, basic haul.
I'm with Xander. I wasn't actually that arsed about the multiplayer.
I really enjoyed it, but the single player was where my heart was.
Ditto. I enjoyed the multiplayer when I was with people I knew I could work with a team. So...
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I also have like 3 other mates who we actually team up and will wipe anything in the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer mode. We platinum it all the time, and now we've become really good friends. One of them's now becoming actually my godfather to my youngest child. So it's all good. I enjoy it.
Good. Well, I'm looking forward to playing it eventually. Anyway, so yeah, overall, I think great game. Go out and buy it. Don't go by what the reviews are saying about the graphics. Make your own opinion up.
Oh, I mean, come on, graphics are just graphics.
Yeah, come on. End of the day, it's all about the experience that you get. But yeah, we'll move on anyway. Coxy, I believe you've got a topic that you found this afternoon.
I think it was yesterday.
Or was it yesterday? It was at some point you found it.
Yeah, it was. It popped up on Lad Bible.
Hey, that good old Lad Bible.
And it said the headline came up as 3 teen burglars shot dead by homeowner's son in Oklahoma.
As you do.
And it says the 3 teenagers were shot dead in broad daylight trying to break into a house. The suspected burglars, who dressed in black, wearing masks, gloves, and carrying knives, were killed with a rifle.
They weren't going to war, was it then? Fucking hell.
An AR-15, wasn't it?
No idea what they used, but it's basically saying that the person who shot them could be getting sent down.
I don't agree with that. They shouldn't be getting sent down. End of the day, you don't know 100% what their intentions were, especially with their arms to the fucking teeth. You shoot first and ask questions later, surely.
Well, they're still looking into it. Like they're saying the preliminary investigation looks like it's self-defense, but they're saying it's too early to be able to tell.
What you got to think of is they were on his property, yeah, and they had fucking knives on them. So
the rule states in America, the Second Amendment's the right to bear arms and the right to defend their property.
Yeah, so I would hope it gets scot-free with that.
Doesn't matter what you use. It's the same in the UK. It's such a taboo subject in the UK. One that sticks out was the farmer who was shot a 15-year-old with a shotgun.
Yes.
Because he broke it into the house and he got sent down for it. Now everyone says no. He has the right to defend his property. End of the day, they're encroaching on his land or house. From the guys over in Oklahoma. He has the right to defend what he owns. They're coming in intent to steal, right? So one, they're breaking the law. End of.
And it's trespass to begin with. Even if they didn't,
trespassing onto someone else's property.
Even if you didn't steal anything, it's still trespassing.
3, it's also classed as endangering homeowners or people living in that residence, right? So technically, the guy. The person in question who has been arrested should not be arrested. Yes, he should. Once again, it's one of those, should he have killed them or should he have maimed them?
It depends, though. Obviously, if the person's... Like, for example, we don't know the whole situation, do we? In Coxy's case, anyway. Was it 2 people, Coxy?
3.
3 people?
Shit, he went full auto.
Or did he kill just the one or all of them?
He killed 3, but there was a 4th person who was a getaway driver who turned himself in.
Ah, I see. So he's killed 3 of them. But the thing is, though, you don't know... at the time, he's got 3 people there they were armed with knives.
Yeah.
You don't know what... obviously, you don't carry a knife into somebody else's property without the intention of potentially using it.
Was it in his house?
Yep.
I can't.
They broke in through the back door, apparently shattering glass or something.
Well, then they deserve whatever they fucking got.
Yeah, I'm with Xander on that one. I'm not being funny, especially if you're defending a family. You've got your child or children upstairs in the house. You're not going to let them. You're not going to go, oh, excuse me, what are you doing in my house? I see you have fucking knives on you. What do you intend to do with those knives?
So the question is, right, because it's if the getaway driver sat outside, he's not able to see anything. The homeowner sat there, assault rifles in his hand, because that's what an AR is. It's an AR-15. It's a assault rifle, right? These 3 guys stood there with knives. What happens to say one of them went for him?
This is it,
right? If one of them went for him, and it deals out that the guy went for him, he shot him down. The other 2 kind of loses it and went for him again because, just watched his mate get shot. They shoot him down. Also, the question is, were they on drugs? Were they high as a kite? We're going to run around like headless.
I personally don't think it fucking matters whether they're on any substance
or
whatever.
No. I'm trying to get into the mental state of this. You've got to think of it. If those guys were completely off their tits breaking in, right? Because 9 times out of 10, most burglaries, no matter what country it's always drug related. They're going in, into the house, take what they need, sell it on, get the drugs. Right?
Yeah, but that split second, if, say, for example, they come in through the door and he's there with the assault rifle, he's not going to think to himself, fuck that, are they on weed or are they on whatever? Fuck
No,
that, you'd be shooting them and asking questions later.
I'm not asked about that. I'm saying the mentality of these guys are breaking in. Are they on drugs? They're going to attack. They're coming at me. Of course, you're going to open fire, but you've got to think of their mental state to do it in the first place. If I come on, if you say us four now go and rob a house, we're not going to rob a house. Disclaimer. But we come running in. Guy sits there and he's got a fucking 12-gauge shotgun pointing at us. I'm gonna go shit. Drop knife. I'm out of here.
That's the problem with what's going on with the home invasions and that in America, though. Some people are using it as a career. They're not off their tits or anything, you know? They're literally breaking into people's houses to get what they want. You know?
Stupid.
So they might not have been on anything. This might have been essentially their day job.
Mm.
And you hate to also remember, an AR-15 is not an automatic assault rifle. It's single shot. You're not allowed to own automatic weapons in America without special licenses.
Yeah, I've heard
that would be an M16 you would think of, or an AR-15 auto.
You can own a full automatic rifle if you so dare to, unless you live in California and such states where they have actually banned them.
That's what I said. But you need a special license to own it. But in any case, they broke into the dude's home. They got what was coming to them, whether they're off their tit or not.
Yeah, like I say, you got to put yourself in the shoes of the guy that had the gun. You're not going to think.
End of the day, you got to think about this, right? He shouldn't be sent down no matter what. They're guilty. He's just killed 3 people. Unless he's an ex-squaddy.
Or you think to yourself...
It depends if he feels guilty about killing people that broke into his house.
Was there a family in the house at Coxy?
Let's have a look.
Always prepared on the RAD podcast, as you can tell.
I'm just reading through the article. All it says
Real
is...
Mickey Mouse organisation, they say.
Of course.
You wouldn't get this on the last podcast, you see.
You fucking would.
No.
It basically says the guy who shot him was at home asleep, but the noises of them trying to break in woke him up. But it says like the homeowner's son, so whether the homeowner wasn't there or not, it doesn't say. I'm guessing not.
So I don't know if there was a family upstairs and it was his family, it was like his son or daughter or whatever. You can't feel guilty over that because
the person who's handed himself in the getaway driver, she's been charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of first-degree burglary.
Oh.
That's all because the Oklahoma law states that a person suspected of committing a crime that results in a death can face murder charges even if they didn't kill anyone.
Well, you got to think about it. So, if she wasn't involved got herself in that situation as the getaway driver, they may not have been in that situation to be killed. So, in a way, yeah, but it seems a bit harsh.
It does, because she acted with them, even though she wasn't actually one of the ones breaking in. She was still involved, so she's...
Yeah, but she's there. It would be classed as it under intent to steal? She'll be put under.
I'm not sure.
And aiding and abetting.
Yeah, I'm thinking more of the latter term, Alan. But yeah, I feel bad for the guy personally. I think he shouldn't be anywhere near a police station. But apart from me, that's what happened.
What was it? The ARA or whatever, NRA, National Rifle Association or whatever.
Yeah.
Over in America, I think they're doing a massive stand against it, saying no, it's in the Second Amendment, it should be dropped.
I can see it happening. End of the day, like I say, to wrap up on this, they shouldn't have been on his property. You're not going to think about if someone's attacking your property and it potentially could attack the people that's inside the property. You're not going to think twice about putting them down. Think about it this way, Alan. Someone boots your door through now You've got all your kids sleeping upstairs. What are you going to do?
Jump the shit out of them.
Exactly. You don't
Currently
think twice.
in my kitchen, I've got a baseball bat sat at the side.
There you go, mate. So you're not going to think twice about your actions, what you're going to do to these people. Your only reaction, and it's instinct at the end of the day, is to stop them motherfuckers that are coming in that potentially could cause harm. That's, you know what I mean? So that, like I say, this is what only what the guy's done. He's heard a noise, he's grabbed the gun so he could protect himself and his property or potentially his family. Seen these people, seen them armed, and then probably shot them. You don't know what's happening between the point of him spotting them and him pulling the trigger. All you know is he's seen them and shot them, and that's all we know for now.
Yeah.
So until the details come out on it, we don't know. For all we know, he could have punched them. Well, if he's punched them, for example, and disabled them, that would be the end of it. If he then shot them, then that's murder.
Yeah, it's true.
Double tapped them while they're on the floor.
Yeah.
Double taps him. Just to make sure he's dead. Big thing is, Zombieland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you
Was
never
it,
get the double tap.
On bottom where they try and get the burglar with the rat poison, whatever it is. The pigeon pellets. Which one is it? It's the yellow one.
Yeah, it's the pigeon
They're all
pellet.
yellow.
Oh, fucking hell. Hey, we'll move on anyway from robbers getting murdered. Has anyone else got a topic they want to talk about?
I do.
Go.
And this is actually related to something we discussed on the podcast not so long ago. And to be honest, I looked at it, and the first thing that came to my head was Coxy.
Oh.
Now, if you didn't know, if you're watching over in America or so forth and so forth,
We got listeners in America.
Britain has triggered Article 50. Now, that what did make me laugh. The laugh was it basically I was watching the BBC News, and I've got it on there, and it goes hard Brexit. Article 50 triggered. Literally like that. And I just went, now, does this mean everyone's pissed off that we've got into this? Or does this mean we've actually had to start this in the sense, triggering a gun sort of thing? I'm just sat there going, who dumb fuck come up with that?
Could we say we have started Article 50? Or no, we've got to say triggered.
Article 50 has been deployed or whatever, something like that. Triggered.
If it was like 5-10 years ago, you would have had the Daily Fail or whatever it's called, or that other one, that shit one, what everyone wipes their ass with. What's it called?
The Sun.
Toilet paper.
That's the one. Toilet paper. We'll go with that. And if it was like about 5-10 years ago, they would have said something like Theresa May signs off Article 50.
Yeah.
Because now triggered is the new in word. It's like, oh, Theresa May has triggered Article 50. And everyone's going, oh no, it's triggered. I'm triggered by it. And they're all having meltdowns and shit. And they're probably going to, like some teenagers somewhere going, I can't go on, and they'll be cutting themselves about Article 50.
Yeah, a Ramona.
I'm lit.
Oh.
No, it was just like going, oh my fucking god, can you not show something a bit better than this? Fucking triggered. Who dumbass came up with that? But yeah, anyway, so Brexit has been officially announced. There's now no going back. Scotland have gone, I want out of here.
No.
Northern Ireland kind of contemplating it. Says, can we rejoin back up with Ireland?
Xander, on your marks. Get set.
Hold on, I just got deafened.
And Wales are sat there going, no, we'll do whatever England's doing.
The fact, though, is it's basically all the articles and that have labelled it as like Theresa May triggers Article 50. Makes me think it was probably written by like someone fresh out of bloody university with a journalism degree.
Yeah, they handed over the story and dabbed on the way out the room.
Yeah,
dabbed on the way. Fucking dab. That's another thing that pisses me off.
The word dab, yeah.
Oh, fuck the dab.
But yeah, it was just that, and I burst out laughing, and the wife turned around and goes, "What are you laughing at?" It says triggered. That's not even funny. So basically, I had to sit there for 10 minutes explaining why it's funny, and she goes, No, that's just stupid. And I went, no, it's funny.
Oh, do you know what? We'll segue onto that. What is the daftest thing daftest thing that has actually made you laugh and you don't know why? I can start if you want.
Go on.
I was watching The Walking Dead this past Monday. Now, I don't know if Xander's
Not caught up yet.
not caught up yet. It's not really telling up the story, really. It's not really a spoiler. There's a bit where Negan kills one of his own. Sorry?
You'll die at the end. Oh, wait. Damn it, that's a spoiler. It's a dream. It's Rick's dream. Sorry.
Yeah, anyway.
He's in a coma. That'll be the reason. He's still in the coma.
But yeah, if that's the case, then why would we be seeing stuff that Rick couldn't see? There you go. But anyway, there's a point now where Negan has killed somebody, and he was called Dave, and the guy was trying to rape one of the prisoners. I won't say who it is for Xander's benefit.
It was Jesus.
It might have been Jesus.
I hope he beat him with a fucking bat.
But yeah, the guy was trying to rape this female prisoner, and he said obviously it's against the rules. So he stabbed him through the neck and let him die on the floor. Now, for some reason, he was talking to this girl, and he referred to the guy, and as I quote, as Rapey Davey. And I was absolutely pissing myself for like a good 10-15 minutes while my partner's lying in bed next to me trying to watch it. I was like, will you fucking shut up, I'm trying to watch this. And I'm like, Rapey Davey. It's like, why? And then obviously when I stopped laughing about it, I thought back to myself, why the flying fuck was I even laughing at that? So I'm just wondering if there's anything like that you lot of piss yourself laughing at for no apparent reason.
There's one today. Nathaniel's finding everything funny at the moment, and I was doing some cocktail refresher courses today at work, and one of the door staff was there, and he turned round and he was mucking around with Nate, and he said beer. Now, Xander, Rob, our door staff, he's actually from up at your neck of the woods. He's an Aberdonian sheepshagger. But he was saying beer to him. But you got. In fact, Xander, say beer.
Beer.
Like that, pretty much identical. And he thought it was fucking hilarious. He was laughing the roof down. So, of course, he's laughing. I'm sorry, what the fuck's he laughing? Rob's laughing because he's saying beer. I'm laughing because Rob's laughing at Nate. Nate's laughing at Rob. Right? Manager comes in, see what's happening. She's in absolute pissing herself wet. Everyone was just laughing for about 10-15 minutes, just saying beer to Nate, and Nate was in full hysterics, giggling his head off. And it was just like, wow, over the simplest of word, beer. It's not even funny. It's now, I can guarantee I go into work on Saturday, someone's going to say beer, and that's going to be in stitches for the rest of the shift.
Oh, God. What about you, Coxy? Is there anything like that for you, mate?
I've got a weird sense of humour as it is anyway, but it's nothing. The only thing really that that's made me laugh is I was watching some like a video series on YouTube, like funny and weird CZW moments or IWA moments.
Oh yeah.
And one of them is cuts to a clip of Tracy Smothers about to take on someone. He's there flexing, and he just looks in the crowd. He says, "I got the strength of 20 babies on each arm." The ring announcer, the commentator both start pissing themselves, laughing, going, "20 babies!" He's like, "He's got the strength of 20 babies." He's like, he just goes, "Tracy Smothers is legendary." And then all of a sudden cuts back in with 20 babies. And I was like, the fuck? But it just, I'm absolutely pissing myself laughing.
I think it's the context of that. I think I would have actually probably wet myself with you, if I'm brutally honest. Anything for you, Xander or Daz? There must be.
Dick Van Dyke.
When we were sending each other dick pictures.
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah, it was all a cheer up look. That's what was so brilliant about it.
Not just that other Stokes today.
Oh god, I don't know. It was just an inspired moment. I don't know why. I just thought Dick Van Dyke. That'll be perfect. We're talking about dick pictures, so I said Dick Van Dyke. Had to be done. Had to be done. Right, here's Darren.
Oh, not much. I mean, I laugh at anything, me. I'm always laughing at stuff.
That's a fair point. Fair enough. I'm just trying to think. I've just realised something.
You're a homo.
You know, might be, yeah.
No homo.
No homo.
No, yes.
I have managed to purchase something that we have mentioned quite a couple of times on the podcast.
VIP.
Not VIP, but I'm willing to get it when it goes.
They're going to sponsor
There's a
the show.
multi-drink.
I've just had a brainwave. I know it's not happens a lot for me, but someone made me laugh the other week. Well, we was looking at VIP and all that adverts, and one of the other adverts on YouTube came up with salty bot. It was something to do with men grooming, and it's how they do their bit. The advert, it's just so funny. It just, they're saying, do you want to man groom your beard and going on, we'll look after your balls for you. Just, Stokes days. And that's what I was going to say about. I've just remembered now. Hilarious.
I think you've told me about this product. I can't remember how the advert went, but I think I've seen it.
No,
Yeah.
there is another good advert, actually. It actually made me laugh. Yeah. Another good advert that made me laugh was the... has anyone... It's the new Halifax advert with Skeletor.
Yes, that's amazing. It's not Halifax, it's Money Supermarket.
Money Supermarket, that's it. Yeah, well, Halifax. Oh, Halifax. Why can't Halifax keep coming in my head?
Thunderbirds.
That made me laugh. Lucy pointed out to me this afternoon, and I was there just giggling to myself, thinking, that's brilliant.
But yeah, we may have a new guest coming on. I just need to try and include him in somehow. 1 second. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
I won't get paid till tomorrow.
Hang on. There we go.
Darren, sing us a
Sound
song.
like you. You sound like you're having a pulling one out.
So we've got somebody just joining now, hopefully. But anyway, as I was saying, I will hang fire with that until he arrives. We'll change slight tack with something that Xander wanted to talk about this week. Was last weekend a certain event happened. It was the first Grand Prix of the season. So I want to know first I want to know what Xander thought of the races this year. The first one.
Hello.
Hello,
The
Lewis.
cars were epic, but it was entirely predictable that there wasn't going to be a lot overtaken.
Yeah, because of the width of the cars didn't help. Just while we're at it, welcome to the show, Lewis Ogden.
Hello.
Hello, we are just talking about the Formula One at the minute, so you've probably caught us at the worst time, but you've also caught us at just the right time as well. All will be revealed very shortly.
No homo.
No homo, though. I enjoyed seeing the cars go full tilt. It was enjoyable to see him taking that left-right chicane at full tilt, and it was the change of direction was impressive, but the actual on-track action of save one move between a Force India McLaren and a can't remember what the other car was. Was it a Red Bull? Or Renault? It was mental on the front straight, but other than that, it was pretty bland.
Ocon and Alonso.
That's the one. It was pretty dull, shall we say?
Okay.
So, but yeah, have you got what your thoughts of the the action potentially going forward?
It's hard to judge. I mean, Australia is such a niche track anyway.
Really, I quite enjoy the
There's
Australian
never been
track.
No, it's a niche track. There's not a lot overtaking on it normally.
No, it's very fast though.
Yeah, it's a very fast, very fluid, lovely flowing track.
Yeah.
But
Unless you're Michael Schumacher, who
overtakes
bounces
are
off
hard.
the side and go 200 miles an hour backwards.
Right?
Oh yeah, and then break legs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's never been one known for its great overtakes anyway.
I think last year was there something like 25 overtakes throughout the entire race last year, but this year there was like 9.
Yeah, but they're all DRS assisted, so how often can you say that's a true overtake?
This is it. I mean, what I personally think we're going to have to wait until the next Grand Prix to actually fully see and understand what these new cars are actually going to be like in proper conditions.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I don't know who's who with whose team at the moment. I need to get back into the swing of things, but I still hold hands down that I think Sergio Perez is one of the best overtaking drivers out there at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not going to dispute that.
He's up there.
He's
Yeah.
just so entertaining to watch when he overtakes because he goes, he's overtaking. Oh, he's got a bit aggressive there.
I always enjoy watching Hulkenberg as well.
Yeah, he's a very underrated driver. But I'll tell you what do you think of Lance Stroll's start, Xander? Now, was that on purpose or was that a pure mistake?
Honestly, mate, I don't think he's that good a driver.
He's shit.
He's too young.
He's shit. I mean, when I saw the replay of that, when I saw the brakes lock up, and he's sliding towards the inside of the first corner, looking right at the side pod, was it a Sauber?
Yeah.
That he was looking at? All I could just imagine him in his head was going, no, 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 no!
Did you see Julian Palmer? Because Julian started from the back of the grid, he fucking slowed down miles before the corner because he knew something was going to happen. And then on the exit of the corner, he fucking guns it right up to the rear gearbox of everyone else.
That's called smart.
You know, that was what you needed to do because there was so many unknowns on the grid.
Well, it's no point going, but if you're starting in the pit lane, you know you're starting last. There's no point of going, right, I'll put my foot down as soon as I come out the pit lane.
Hello?
Because you're not going to get anywhere.
I can't hear anyone.
Can you not hear me? Hello?
Is everyone here?
Hello?
No.
Hello?
Yeah.
No.
Can everyone hear each other?
Can't hear you. You're very raised.
Coxy's not here yet.
You're underwater, mate.
There we are.
What about me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Say it again.
Right, the internet connection's being iffy. It's still recording anyway, so it's just going to put a you fucked up moment in there, that's all. But yeah, well,
Everyone wants to know, Paul fucked up.
Yeah, more than likely.
Internet.
But yeah, the internet's not great today. It's playing up very badly. I don't know why. But yeah, we'll move on now from the F1. But overall, yeah, decent. Yeah, it was all right start. Nothing amazing, nothing great. Just if you've not watched it, don't go back and watch it. Just watch from the Chinese Grand Prix.
Well, unless you want to see all the veteran drivers spank the shit out of their rookie teammates.
Oh, there's that as well. Yeah, the rookies got fucked over big time. But yeah, we'll move on. Coxy pointed this out. Coxy, you there, mate?
I'm here, yeah.
Yeah, good. We're all back. Coxy pointed out that he saw something in Powerland. I mentioned it one day, and he said I'd have to try it and get it. Now, Coxy's already seen this, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about. I can't remember if any of you guys have all seen it.
What's that? A pregnancy test?
Well, there's that. I was holding back. But
Fist on it just for fun.
Well,
And
They'll be accurate. It's from Poundland.
and then get worried when it says you actually are pregnant.
Saying that, I was doing a bit of a clean up around the desk yesterday, all ready for the Mass Effect Andromeda because I've moved the TV. I've got a little TV on the corner and everything now. I come across my crap sack from Christmas.
Yay!
I still have a unused drink
breathalyzer.
So
Nice.
just cheers for reminding me for saying that. I just thought I'd put that in.
Just very briefly, while we're talking about Mass Effect Andromeda, just very in a few words, Lewis, what do you think of it?
I'm really enjoying it.
Good. I think that'll do because that's pretty much the same consensus as me and Alan.
Yeah.
So we'll go with that. But anyway, Coxy, I think he's seen it. He knows what it is. I saw a jar of the Lotus Biscoff biscuit spread.
That stuff's well nice.
I've never tried it. I've always been a bit scared of why would you want to smear biscuit on stuff?
No, because it's the caramel flavour.
Right, so...
It's caramel with the biscuit crunched up in it.
Well, I believe I've got the smooth one. It's the one with the red lid. So I don't know, but it's also a combination of two features. It's also a Poundland find. So what I'm going to do, obviously I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to crack on with it. I'm just going to open it up. Hope that came through. Well, this is another thing as well. I'm going to divulge. I've got a teaspoon here. I'm going to try it naked first, if you will.
Trying it with no clothes on.
Well, you know.
Well, just before
That's
you taste,
the
mate, I've got
funniest
a
thing
couple
you've
of...
said in ages.
What's that, Lewis?
I've got a couple of Mr. Malt tasters.
Good
On
man.
the topic of
Yes.
trying stuff.
Thank you, Darren.
Yeah, you can try that then as soon as I finish this.
Okay.
So I'm going to try it.
Brew as well.
Xander's got his brew. We've all got beverages and food. We love it. But I brought a few things. Got a few things here. I've got a digestive biscuit to smear it on. I have a cream cracker, and for some explicit reason, I don't know why, I have a Rivita.
Oh, I thought you were going to say banana.
You said,
When you said for some
I was
explicit
hoping-
reason, I immediately thought you were saying, I'm going to smear it on a banana.
See, I was
No,
hoping
that's
for a
fine.
playing card.
Just smear it on yourself.
A playing card.
Well, you couldn't put it on yourself. I was like, what?
Well, unfortunately, I can't bend down that far. Otherwise, it would be
You said.
No, I've been trying.
God loves a trier. But yeah, I'm just going to open up. I'm going to open up the jar now. It's obviously I've just taken the film seal off. I'm going to give it a quick sniff. Just smells like biscuit, inoffensive. So,
What kind of biscuit, though?
just generic biscuit, really, like burnt sugary biscuit, basically. Caramelised. There you go. Caramelised. We're going for technical terms there on my start. Right, I'm going to got a little bit on the end of the teaspoon, so let's give it a try. It's got the same consistency as like peanut butter. It's not something I would choose,
I like it. I love the stuff.
but it's inoffensive. Yeah, it's not too bad, that. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm going to try it on a couple of things now very quickly. Like I say, first we'll try it on a digestive biscuit. So I've got biscuit on biscuit action here.
Yeah.
Oh.
So-
You fucker.
For some
Busy.
reason, I'm envisioning you doing like an Ashton's test where you're like, I'm just going to lick the end of the spoon. Like the most tiny molecule of that spread.
If it was about 8-year-old, maybe, but we shall see. Right, I've covered half a digestive biscuit in this,
No, we want to see fucking mounds.
so we're finally going to put an extra layer on for Xander. There we go.
When Paul was mentioning biscuit on biscuit action, I just got horrible flashbacks to Sausage Party.
Right, there we go. Go. Yes.
Let's stab the Rivita in at the same time.
I just sound like a moaning dog.
Come on, baby. Step it in.
That's not too bad. Can't really taste anything on it because the biscuit cancels out the biscuit in a weird way.
Got any cheese?
Yeah, because I eat cheese.
Talking of cheese.
You did.
He's more chance of cutting the cheese than actually eating any.
Cheese.
Right, cream
Go on, Darren,
cracker.
what were you going to say?
Cheese.
Oh, was that
There's
it?
there's a
input there,
cheese
Darren.
bar opening up in London.
There's a cheese bar.
Yeah, a cheese bar opening up in London.
Well,
That's-
Well,
They've
damn
got
that.
down
You get them
south-
in
down south
Tesco.
for
Is it
cheese
a little bit-
restaurant,
that just sounds like a hospital department.
and some of the cheeses they have on offer is goat's cheese sour.
Dirty bastards.
No. This is true. I was watching last night Mystery Diners or whatever on the Food Network
It's
channel.
amazing.
And
cheese.
if you get like Greek cheese or something like that, they pour vodka over it and light it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
fuck
it
that.
melts the cheese, but you get the hit of the vodka.
Fair enough.
Sounds absolutely fucking amazing.
And
Right,
they've got
But it's
Yeah.
alcoholic, so I don't care.
gin and goat cheese, sour, and blackberries. Now that
Oh.
looks good.
Right, I've now got the biscuit spread on a cream cracker. So let's give it a whirl. See, that has actually tastes better than it does on the biscuit, which is weird.
Maybe it's one of them that it's better to have it on something that's, you know, a digested biscuit has some sort of like a sweet quality to it, so maybe it's more of like a savoury thing.
Yeah, possibly.
Does the
What
spread
about
is
if you had
quite sweet.
jam?
Do you know what? Actually willing to admit that. Oh, man jam, did you just say?
No, just jam.
I like how your first thoughts, man jam.
This is Xander we're dealing with here. I have to double check everything.
I'll tell you what good jam it will go with. Bacon jam.
Bacon jam. Oh, mate.
Bacon jam is the way forward in life. That stuff is fantastic.
I've seen that I've seen that all the time in the shops, but I've never tried it.
Yeah.
I have
Bacon
what
jam.
Sounds like a heart attack.
I was 2-3 years ago. I was in Edinburgh with the kids and the wife, and we stopped off at this gourmet burger bar place thing. So I was looking through the menu. It's like your usual Aberdeen Angus burger, your steak Philly burger, all that jazz. Bacon jam burger. And I went, I have got to try that. I tell you what, fucking amazing. It is awesome. It is fantastic. It is well worth a try. And I think because I was sat there going, no, I like my bacon. Everyone knows I like my bacon, right? But some things you just don't do. Bacon and jam together.
That's just wrong.
No. So I'm there going a bit, all right, fair enough. I'm spending £6 on a burger here. Oh, that's not too much. I'll give it a bash. And oh my
£6
God.
for a burger's a fucking bargain.
Yeah. This burger joint's amazing. And this burger come out, you had your burger, a couple of rashers of bacon, and a sausage on it and everything. It was all nicely presented. And a little tub at the side was this jam. Get a chip, dunk it in. I tell you what, heaven, absolute freaking heaven. Now, where I work, we actually do a bacon mayonnaise. That stuff's fantastic as well.
Bacon Ace is ace.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I've now got the biscuit spread, by the way, now on a Ryvita. The last thing I've got.
You disgust me.
I'm going for the
Fucking
healthy
Ryvita.
option.
You-
Yeah. I'm going for the healthy
In fact,
option.
There's no such thing as healthy.
I'm putting biscuit spread on a Ryvita. It really defeats the point, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. Saying that, I have just eaten 3 plums, so that's my healthy bit for the day.
I'm saying nothing. There's all
What,
sorts of jokes
man plums.
there.
Yeah, sure. Xander, fancy a bum?
Yeah, okay. Now
Right.
you follow through.
Right.
God,
Cool.
you're twisting my melons.
Oh, God. Right, I'm putting Ryvita in my mouth. Whoever that Swedish woman is.
What?
You know what? Weirdly,
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm going to have to. It's probably the nicest of the lot.
Oh, you disgust me.
It's alright, I'll just stick to cream crackers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was all right, actually. I'm impressed with that. That's probably the nicest thing I've ever had on this podcast. And that's not saying a
That's
lot.
not saying a lot, though, Paul.
No. Speaking of which, Lewis is now going to put himself through the same ordeal I did.
Right, I've gone for two ends of the spectrum. Paul,
I would say save a can for Sunday. I have a little request. I'm doing a drinks test at Mania special YouTube video. Now, I have some moonshine.
Oh, fuck.
When I say moonshine, this is pretty much 80% rocket fuel. So I'm doing a special YouTube video.
I don't think you're making it all the way through Mania.
No, I don't.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry.
Moonshine. Right, I've gone for two ends of the spectrum. First one, I've decided to go with the original, which is
the original malt.
Was it the one that you said that had the sort of like vanilla taste to it?
That was the dark one.
Or was it the dark one? Oh.
It was the dark one.
Oh no! I've got the dark. Right. Just a bit of a question before I jump into this, Paul.
Yes.
Is it like a non-alcoholic craft ale?
No.
No.
Right. Right. Okay.
No.
Thank God for that, because I fucking hate craft ales.
Go for it.
Right. Okay.
So is it what colour? What colour's the can?
It's the brown one.
The brown one. Yeah, that is just plain original.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Or is it
Bottoms up. Yeah. It's not inoffensive, but it's not something I'd drink.
Mm.
It's very weird. Right. I'm going to jump into the second one, which it's probably going to be the worst one because it's one of the ones that nearly made Paul Hill.
Yes.
I've gone for the lemon one.
Oh, good luck.
Bottle of safe.
Well,
Alan, do me a favour, turn your webcam off.
Well, it's two ends of the spectrum, really. I thought I'll go for the one that Paul said was the nicest, and I'll go for the one that Paul said was the most horrible. Actually, do you know what? Before I do, I'm going to crack open my massive bottle of Tisky just in case I need something to wash it down with.
Yeah, you may need that. That may be a wise option.
It's Polish brewski to knock down beer. Okay. Alright, I'm going to try it. Bottoms up here.
Yeah, go for it.
That's very weird.
It's not nice, is it?
No, but it's... Do you know what? It's... As weird as this is going to sound, it tastes kind of like a lager shandy.
Oh. Not for me, it didn't. Not for me, it didn't.
Well, to be honest, didn't you have the you had the apple one first, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
That probably didn't help. Let me just check the measurements.
Yeah, I found it fucking horrific, if I'm brutally honest. It says it's like Flash to me.
Need to top the lemon up a little bit.
Oh, you're mixing them?
Yeah.
Good man.
Yep. This can only end horribly.
I'm hoping so.
Okay, it's looking like Coke Zero.
Oh, you got the dark one as well as...
Doesn't really taste of anything, so I'm going to give it a go. Bottoms up. Do you know what? They're better together. I'm still not finishing it, because it's still not pleasant. So I'm just gonna crack on with the Tisky.
Get some of that Tisky down your neck. On that note, anyway, we're going to have a very brief break. We'll be right back with the second half of the show, which is going to be a WrestleMania preview.
Whoa!
So,
whoa, WrestleMania.
So right, we'll be.
I thought it was gonna carry on then, but then I gave up halfway through.
Fair enough. But yeah, we'll call it quits for the time being, and we'll be right back after these very short messages.
Hey, this is Coxy, reminding you to check out the Lost Art of Podcasting. We cover reviews, interviews, listener topics, our own topics, or even to take a general look at life and the world around us. So I'll find the Lost Art Podcasting on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, even YouTube, and all of the good podcast places.
Hi, don't forget to support the RAD podcast by visiting us on Facebook and liking the page. Also going on Twitter using the hashtag UKRAD podcast and at UKRAD podcast. You can find this podcast on Spreaker, Stitcher, YouTube, iTunes, and many other places that support podcasts. Don't forget to also support our friends at the Lost Art of Podcasting by visiting their page on Facebook. On Twitter, they are at Lost Art Podcast. And you can also find them on Spreaker, Stitcher, YouTube, and iTunes, as well as other good podcast providers. Don't forget you can also support the These People podcasts. They are a great little podcast that we have discovered recently. You can find them on iTunes and Spreaker, and you can visit their website at www.thesepeoplepodcast.com. And also don't forget to support the sponsor of the Preston City Wrestling Fan Prediction League, Avant-Garde Security. They specialise in home security, CCTV, and gatehouse security. So if you feel like your house needs a bit of security beefing up, or you just want a bit of CCTV, or you're a business and you want some gatehouse security, or even door security, go to www.avant-guardsecurity.co.uk. That's www.avant-guardsecurity.co.uk. Now it's back to the RAD podcast. Hi, welcome back to the RAD podcast. We are now going to go into the WrestleMania weekend preview of the show. So, the random talk isn't going to be so random from this point onwards. So
not for quite a while, anyway.
Not for quite a while.
Shit.
So take it away, Xander.
I'm sure we'll tangent in places. I'm absolutely 100% sure on it. So, first off, obviously we got the weekend festivities beginning. Do you want to mention the Hall of Fame, or do you want to just go straight into NXT?
I can mention the Hall of Fame really quickly.
Go for it, because go for it.
Right, NXT now.
Hang on.
Oh, is he bringing the list of people who are in the Hall of Fame?
You had to come up with freaking. Do you want to talk about the Hall of Fame very briefly? And I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Right.
Congratulate my peers for being inducted.
I want to thank my mama.
Okay, got it.
Oh, we're doing our best Mr. T impressions there.
Hall of Fame main event will most likely be Kurt Angle.
The main event.
Yeah. Well, just think about it. You've got. Actually, there's some.
No, I just love the way you say it's the main event. Oh, it's a book. Somebody's going to come out. He's going to wrestle Steve Austin in the 30-minute Iron Man.
Well, be the last one. So there's Ravishing Rick Rude, Beth Phoenix, Diamond Dallas Page, Theodore Long, Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. The Warrior Award is going to Eric Legrand, who was a former university football player, who was paralysed in 2010.
Yeah, I know there was talk over here. Obviously, apparently they had talks as well with WWE about getting Travis in the Hall of Fame.
Well, they apparently came into contact, and he was one of the names that they were considering.
Yeah. So there's always next year.
Yeah.
There's always next year.
Yeah, there is, and obviously main event will be Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
That's a goddamn strong Hall of Fame lineup.
Do you think, I'm just going to slightly butt in here, do you think when his tune goes off, when he comes on to do his Hall of Fame speech, everyone's going to shout, "You suck"?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, they did it on Monday Night Raw. When his music was playing, everyone was shouting, "You suck."
Even though
it's going to happen. Oh, God, no. He is an absolute amazing athlete, but yeah, once that kind of tune happened and everyone goes, "You suck," you kind of think to yourself, "Fuck's sake!"
Yeah.
I'm going to go get my Hall of Fame. I'm going to get my nice shiny ring. I'm going to sit there, stand with the greatest and all that, and I'm going to have to chant, "You suck" at me. Brilliant.
Speaking of things that suck, just while I mentioned,
It's my birthday on Sunday. Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks for telling everyone. Thank you very much for everything. Thank you for those lovely cards and pints you're going to be buying me. Thank you.
Fuck off, don't be a dick. Next.
Was I the only one that zoned out when Darren was speaking then?
It's all right, I zoned out about 10 minutes ago. So.
But yes, speaking of things that sucked, and we were mentioning Chris Travis before. When this podcast goes out, it will be the 1 year anniversary of Travis's death. So, again, rest in peace, Trav.
Yeah.
Missed,
so.
Massively missed.
I'm a bit gutted that I didn't know him personally, but at the same time, I'm in a selfish way, I'm kind of glad because I don't miss him as much as other people do. Which might be a really cruel way of saying something, but
you don't miss the person, but you miss. You don't. Sorry, rephrase that. You miss the person, but you don't miss his in-ring as much you would do if, like, say, I don't know, someone else conks it who you really, really adore.
No, not even that. I respect him as a wrestler. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, had he not gotten ill, that he wouldn't have been part of, like, say, the UK tournament.
He probably would have won it.
That, or he would have been signed up.
Yeah.
I think he would be in NXT right now.
No, to be honest, I think he'll be in the lightweight, cruiserweight, whatever it is these days.
Yeah.
Quite easily.
Well, that's what I heard when he had the tryout. They wanted him to put on more muscle or something because he was asking for tips from like Roughneck and how to put on, like, how to bulk up.
Oh, fair enough.
Because I think they basically said he was too skinny for his height and stuff. So they wanted him to put on more muscle.
Sounds like the same thing they said to Zack Knight, and that's what he's been doing. He's been bulking up.
Hulk! Hulk smash!
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
But yeah, it'll be a bit somber, so I think everyone will have a drink for him on Sunday anyway. So
I'll have a drink. I'll have a drink or five in his honour.
Yeah, absolutely. Going from that somber note, we obviously after the Hall of Fame, we've got on Saturday night we've got NXT Takeover. Now I believe Lewis has the card.
I do have the card, yeah. It's a rematch from NXT Toronto. Bobby Roode defending the NXT title against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nice.
NXT Women's title will have Asuka defended against Ember Moon, which will probably be a pretty good match.
Yeah.
Is it me, before you go on, is it me or Asuka needs to be in main event WWE?
Yeah.
I reckon she'll, because I'm getting sick and tired of being Charlotte against fucking Princess Flair. It's getting a bit.
They're both exactly the same person.
You know, Charlotte. You know what I mean? What's her name?
Sasha Banks.
Oh, the one.
Bailey.
NXT. That's it, Bailey.
We'll get on to the main roster women because I've got a fucking rant about them.
Oh god, here we go. Anyway, we'll go up to that later.
Right, there's a triple threat tag team elimination match for the NXT tag titles. The Authors of Pain against Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa against the Revival. That'll probably be another really good match.
Yeah.
It'll be quite enjoyable, that.
The debuting Aleister Black, also known as Tommy End. He's going against Andrade Cien Almas.
That sounds like a squash.
It should be. But to be honest, they've given Almas like a little bit of momentum as a heel on NXT TV.
Yeah.
Not that I've been watching it, like I've just been listening to people review it.
Yeah, true. Same here.
And then there's an 8-person mixed tag match featuring Sanity of Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, the former Big Damo, Killian Dane, and Nikki Cross, who's formerly Nikki Storm. And they're taking on Ty Dillinger, Roderick Strong, No Way Jose, and a debuting Ruby Riott, who used to be Heidi Lovelace on the Independents.
And she was apparently fucking awesome.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Cassius Ohno in there for like a little bonus match.
Well, he's the dad.
It'll be in something
Oh,
like
the guy
that.
that
They won't
gets-
announce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a solid card from top to bottom. That so.
Yeah, it'll probably be pretty decent. I don't think I'll be able to watch it live because I've got a full day's
WrestleMania.
worth of training, and then I'll probably intersplice it with getting pissed with Alan and Matt.
Is it me, or am I actually more looking forward to the NXT than the actual main WrestleMania?
I was like that last year.
Mm.
And then NXT happened, it was just like, there's no way that anything at Mania is going to top this. Nothing did.
I think I'm the other way around this year. I think
Well, that's
I'm looking
because-
forward to Mania.
I think
then NXT.
I'm the same, but I think it's because we've not been watching NXT.
Yeah.
So it's like giving a fuck about the FA Cup final when you've been watching rugby.
No, I've
Yeah.
been watching NXT, so I know what's been happening and stuff. But
I've been keeping a track on NXT, but a lot of it has appeared very missable.
So I've heard as well.
Mm.
So we're not. But the card looks decent, and at the end of the day, so it's decent wrestling. It's better than fucking Impact. That's all. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So, but on that note, we'll go into more detail on the main roster, the WrestleMania card. And there's a hell of a lot to get into. Now I want to, but at the end of each match.
Yeah, should we do the pre-show matches first?
Yeah, we do, but I want to give sort of your rating towards what you think the match is going to be like. And then we're going to see... Well, Coxy's doing You're doing a WrestleMania reaction pod, aren't you?
We're doing a post-reaction pod as soon as it finishes, essentially.
Yeah, so...
You're knackered.
He knows.
Mate, I've got Monday off work, I'm fine.
I'm in work at 12 o'clock Monday.
No, I booked it off, so I've played the same tactic as Coxy. I'm not there. But what I want to do, I don't know if Coxy wants to do something similar, because I do want to compare him at some point when I do listen to his podcast, which I urge all of our listeners to do, by the way. That I want to see if they either match up and we got our expectations right, or if we was completely blown out of the water. Either like...
Well, the way I've done it for the past several years is I've always done, for my predictions, I've always done who I want to win and who I think is going to win.
Well, I think we'll do that. We'll do that. But I'm also going to add a little bit of salt to it as well, and say I want you at the end of it to say either hit, as in like you're going to think it's going to be absolutely an amazing match, and everyone should go and watch it. Hit or shit.
Can we have a graze in there just in case, like half the card's shit and half the card's really good?
Yeah, we'll go touching cloth.
Yeah, we'll have a touching cloth. If you're not sure, you can have touching cloth.
Have turtle head.
A turtle head.
Well, what if I'm touching cloth right now?
You
And then I'm
you
new.
should have been gone during the break then, shouldn't you?
Hey there, part. Catch some chicken, man. Chicken. Go get me some chicken.
Right, so anyway, we'll move on to the main card anyway. Well, onto the pre-show anyway. I believe the first is he. I've got a list of matches here, but there's nothing to say what's the pre-show and what isn't.
I've got the list. I've got the list of the 3 pre-show matches here in the main card.
Oh, brilliant! So if you control what we've got with the card, then we'll go from there.
Okay. So of the matches on the pre-show, the first one is the 6-pack challenge for the SmackDown Women's title. Alexa Bliss defended against Becky Lynch, Natalya, Mickie James, Carmella, and Naomi, who was just added on the Go Home SmackDown.
Yes. There's potential there. Do I think it's going to live up to it? I mean, you've got Alexa Bliss. She can. I think all the girls in that match can go.
Apart from Carmella.
Apart from Carmella.
Here's my feeling of this. I reckon, I don't think it's going to happen, but what I want to happen is they have Asuka come in the match, and she just destroys everyone,
I would agree with that, Daz, if it were on the main show, but I don't want it to happen on the pre-show.
Yeah, you're not
Because it
going
wouldn't
to.
happen anyway.
You're not going to get any major debuts on the pre-show. They're not going to waste it on the pre-show.
But
So, if you're going to get a debut in Asuka on a WrestleMania show, it's going to be on the Raw side of things.
They're going to have Naomi to win it. Because it's her hometown.
Yeah.
She wants it back, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she didn't actually lose the belt, did she?
Yeah.
So that's who I would like to win it as well, because probably out of all the women in that ring, maybe on par with maybe Mickie James, she's probably the most naturally talented.
Yeah.
I would say, personally. So, yeah, I don't think... Like I say, she didn't lose the belt, did she? So...
No.
It would be nice to get it back, at least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So... And like I say, hometown, it would be... If anything, it would be an even bigger moment than if she defended it anyway, so... So, yeah, that would be nice. Whether I think the match would be any good...
I'm gonna stick to a 4. I think it'll be just above below average.
Yeah, so I'm going for a shit on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going for a shit rather than...
Okay, shit then.
Yeah.
I thought we were rating out. Something which I don't think will be shit, which I'm pretty sure won't be shit, depending on if they're given the time to do it. Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight title.
Now then, my main objection to this match is why is it on the pre-show?
That's what I thought.
Because it'll get people actually watching the pre-show.
You know what? That's probably the nail on the head, because what else is there on the pre-show that's going to drag you to watch a 2-hour pre-show?
It's the equivalent. Say if you took that title match out and put in, say, Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin, do you think more people would be bothered about watching Ambrose and Corbin than Aries and Neville?
Honestly, I do think they would be, just because of the fan base that Dean Ambrose has or had. For sheer match quality, though, there's no beating Neville versus Austin Aries. You know for a fact it's going to be a fucking clinic.
Yeah.
I think it's unfortunate they've had to put it on the pre-show. But who's to say that they can't knock it out of the park and make WWE think for next year, if the Cruiser belt is still in existence, which I hope it is, to put it on the main card?
I reckon it will be. I reckon if you give them 17, 18 minutes to work a darn fine good match, this will be a hit. If it's sort of like 10 minutes or under, it'll still be good, but it won't be as blow away as it probably should be.
I do agree. I do think Neville's keeping hold of the belt as well.
You think?
Yeah, I genuinely do.
Maybe.
Just think the gimmick's massive. It's over. The gimmick's over. I'm saying that Austin Aries is also over.
But mind you, you've already got the potential of having like a babyface from in a hometown winning a championship on the same pre-show, so they might even it out a little bit.
Yeah, because obviously you'll have a massive face react. Well, for a pre-show for Naomi, like you say, it'll level it out a bit to have a heel win the Cruiser belt. So I could say I would like to see Neville win it as well.
Who's the heel and who's the face though in Austin Aries?
Clearly Neville. Clearly Neville's a heel. The thing is, though, a face can act like a heel without going full-blown heel. Look at John Cena. How many times has he healed it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how many times has he been a dick as a babyface and they've still booked him as a babyface?
Yeah, same with Austin Aries, the way he's being booked at the minute. He's just basically being a dick.
Well...
to an extent.
To an extent.
But,
and then should we move on from that?
We're not giving up.
I'm pretty sure it'll be a hit.
I think it'll be a massive hit. Darren?
Hit.
Okay, that's sorted. And then the other pre-show match is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Looking over the participants for this match, I can't really see anybody unless we sort of get a surprise in maybe Finn Balor returning, but I don't think he'll be. I don't think it's the right thing to have him return on a pre-show. I think he'll be involved in something else in the card. I can't see anybody but Braun Strowman winning.
They've got that Chinese guy in it, haven't they, now as well?
Yeah.
Racist.
Tian Bing.
Not even heard about this.
So the only thing I can find, he was a partner. He partnered up with Ho Ho Loon in the Dusty Rhodes tournament, and they lost to Gargano and Ciampa.
Okay. Alan, Alan, you're echoing.
Shouldn't be.
You are.
One sec.
Outside of the way I'm going to see this match happening anyway, the Andre Giant Battle Royal, I can see everyone everyone will be out of the ring with the exception of Braun Strowman and the Big Show. You can have a little bit of a tete-a-tete between them.
Yeah.
Where it's similar to that match that they had on Raw.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have, for me, it's just the stage is set for Strowman to win from there.
It's basically like a bunch of geeks, apart from Braun.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Apollo Crews is in that mix, but...
He is a nobody at this moment in time, though, unfortunately, which is a fucking shame.
Yeah.
So, but that's where he is at the minute. He's just fucking treading water, being a nobody, and I'm not looking forward to the next bus flip. I really am not, because I've got a horrible feeling he's in danger of going there. Because when was the last time we saw him on SmackDown?
Can't even remember.
Exactly.
Was it when he got fucking injured by Ziggler just after
the
Elimination Chamber pay-per-view?
Yeah.
So that's probably been about 5-6 weeks.
Yeah, so it's not good.
Oh dear.
So I've not been funny, but I'm expecting him to be Dragon Gate by the end of the year.
Well,
I really am.
At least he'll be somewhere fucking
where people
actually do.
Yeah, where he's appreciated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see him having maybe a couple of moments in this Battle Royal, but he's
just because you're not got a storyline at the moment. I know, fair enough, it's WrestleMania. Doesn't mean you're not doing good.
Yeah, the thing is, though, you've got to be given an opportunity to show what you can do. The problem is he's not getting that.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when you look at the talent that's potentially coming up after Mania, like, there's no doubt in my mind that Nakamura will be on the main roster.
Yeah.
Once Mania's over and done with. So there's a big gap there for, if you want to have, like, Cassius Ohno or Roderick Strong or anybody like that. There is a gap there. Why not just put Apollo back in that mix?
Without putting back down in NXT?
Yeah, at least to be able to develop.
Yeah, this is true. He needs
more than just languishing on the main roster.
He needs a character.
Yeah.
And putting him back in NXT probably would actually be a better idea. I mean, debuting him.
Hunter will get the best out of him.
Yeah.
There was a reason why they signed him, but the only reason that they brought him up to the main roster was because of his physique. And then as soon as they brought him up, they were like, "Oh fucking hell, we haven't got anything for you to do. Just languish away with the fucking social outcast. That'll get you over."
This is it. I mean, it would have been better suited actually staying in NXT till about now, then coming up.
Yeah, probably.
But hey ho, we're not the bookers in WWE, so.
What?
Can't go backwards and back to NXT and then back on the
I wouldn't necessarily call saying that you'd be going backwards.
I'd say it's this equivalent of changing your career and getting retrained. You need a character, and the best way to do that is to be in one place and learn how to be a new character, rather than being on the road worrying about 3 matches a week. Trying to learn a new character, get that nailed. Whereas you can do that in NXT, maybe work a couple of matches a month, and then just train.
Daz, I'm going to make this point to you now. James Ellsworth gets more TV time than Apollo Crews. How can going back to NXT be a step back?
No, I I don't think if he stepped back, maybe there's got people. Is he on the live events? Is he doing live event stuff? Just because he's not on TV doesn't mean he's not working on his character at SmackDown.
Yeah, but you also got to remember the stuff on live events doesn't exist in theory.
And if you look at what he was involved with before he went off TV, it was him and Kalisto, who were two baby faces against a heel Dolph Ziggler. How does that work?
I don't know.
It doesn't. Trust me, Daz. The best thing that he could easily do would be either ask for his release from WWE and he can go and fucking go on the indies. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine Apollo Crews like wrestling matches with like
Kenny Omega
or Keith Lee or Zack Sabre Jr. It'd be fucking awesome. So much more awesome than what he's doing at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. It's even like I said, the other option is to go back to NXT and try and learn a new character and give himself a new gimmick, try and get himself over that way. And if it doesn't work then maybe leave. But doing what he's doing now, like you say, he's working live show events and things like that, it's a waste of time. Because he's not
doing him any favours.
Yeah, he's not doing him any favours. He's not letting him. He's got to work that gimmick. He can't work on a gimmick. He can't. Well, he could, but he's not going to get the dedicated time with the people at the performance centre to help him. The way it would actually, in a way, be quicker for him to go backwards to get this new gimmick and then come back fresh. Maybe try it out in NXT, see how it comes out. Maybe spend a couple of months back on NXT TV. Then maybe come back to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Maybe even have a name change and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's anything wrong with Apollo Crews.
No, there isn't. Shall we move on to the main card stuff, man? Because there's 13. There's 13 of them. No, there isn't.
There's another 10 to go.
There's another 10 to go.
Yes, we've had our rants about Apollo Crews, which was nice.
It seems to be like a daily occurrence on this podcast.
It does.
Wrestling. Okay, triple threat ladder match for the Raw Tag Team titles. Gallows and Anderson defend against Enzo and Cass and Cesaro and Sheamus. And
I think this is going to open the show.
Yeah, it probably will.
I think it's going to open the show. One thing I've mentioned I was having a conversation with somebody on Facebook earlier today, and I said this WrestleMania is missing something. It's a certain like it's like having a curry, but you need to add something to top. You need a bit more chili. Or a bit more curry powder, or a poppadom, just to mix it up a bit, just make it a bit more interesting.
Chutney, naan bread, onion bhaji.
Basically, yeah, something like that. You need to add.
I now want an Indian.
But we need to add something to the card here, and this match is perfect for it. Now, obviously, you got you got your triangle ladder match now.
Yeah.
Who was in the original triangle ladder match at WrestleMania?
Edge and Christian, Matt and Jeff Hardy, and the Dudleys.
Exactly. Now we're not going to get the Dudleys anytime soon. Edge and Christian have retired, so that only leaves a certain couple of free agents at the minute.
Is it going to be Maxwell Hardy?
It may.
I love Maxwell Hardy. He's awesome.
It could be. There's a few clues to this as well that have appeared, and I think it's going to be. I think we're going to see a return of Matt and Jeff Hardy.
Oh yeah. If it's not on it's supposed to be. The return is meant to be imminent. So I imagine if it's not on the actual Mania card, then it'll be on the Raw after.
You see, I can't. I think it'd be a great idea to put them on the WrestleMania on the show now and work the ladder match. Or interfere.
We see with this would be a perfect moment of just out of the blue. They just turn up. Someone else is down already for the match, and they turn up to fuck things up, like the Dudleys did for Rumble.
Well, they're already in the area, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it would make sense to maybe not be actually in the match, but interfere and then stake their claim. And don't forget, there was a video that they released, I don't know how long ago it was, it wasn't that long ago, where they chucked their TNA Tag Team Championship belts into the Lake of Reincarnation and brought out their... and they brought their own tag team championship belts. But what was interesting, which someone pointed out, and when I looked back, I was like, holy fuck. There's a symbol on it on the front where it said TNA, where it would say TNA on the belt. It has BHB. Broken Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Now, where the only place they've ever been known as the Hardy Boys, with air quotations, is the WWE. Otherwise, they've been known as Matt and Jeff Hardy.
Or the Hardys.
Or the Hardys. But they've never been known as the... Or whatever they've been called. But they've only ever been called the Hardy Boys in WWE. And the only thing that would fit for that, both the tag team belts have BHB on is Broken Hardy Boys, which would suggest to me that they are going into the WWE. They are going in with their own custom belts, and they are going in with the broken gimmick.
It just depends on the whole legal standpoint, because at the moment it's sort of up in the air of, Matt Hardy, Matt and Rebby claiming that it's their idea. TNA beg to differ, they say it's their idea. So there's this whole legal backlash on the, who gets credit for the gimmick, basically.
Well, I've heard some information contrary to that on another podcast, which I would actually take relatively in good esteem, as in their information is spot on. Is I don't know if you guys of Lewis might have of Don Tony and Kevin Castle.
Yeah.
Don Tony has his own show called Breakfast with Blasey. Now, he's mentioned today that there was an update that Matt Hardy actually filed to get the broken gimmick trademarked, actually broken Matt Hardy as a gimmick trademark, and has been successful in doing so. So therefore, TNA cannot trademark it and claim it as their own anymore. So Matt now owns the broken gimmick. So that opens that's all systems go for him now to use the broken gimmick in WWE.
Well, I mean, they can have the broken gimmick, but it just depends how many restraints they get put on them. Because you can guarantee that Matt won't have the creative freedom that he had at Impact.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, even if they can't use the word broken, they can use the word damaged. And it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Damaged, broken.
Plus the delete chant is probably the most over chant in wrestling at the moment.
Yeah. So they can still use delete. So I would say...
Don't get me started on that fucking chant, Daz.
What's that?
The fucking 10 chant.
Oh, it's as bad as going It really is. Anyway, back to the match. I do think that they're going to get a Hardy Boys either entering the match or interfering.
I reckon it'll be a run-in afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if they'll be added to the match. I reckon if they do make an appearance, great. If they don't, it'll be the Raw after.
Yeah, it's going to be one or the other. Yeah, it can't be anything else. They're going to be in the WWE, and I think we're going to know by this time next week.
I think it could be the Raw after.
What do we think of the match? Do we think it's going to be hit or shit?
Oh, speaking of which, because we completely forgotten about the quality of the match. I think it's a ladder match, end of the day. I've never seen a shit one in WWE. So I think it's going to be a hit.
I reckon it will be a hit, and we might see a fatality when Enzo Amore gets killed.
Yes. Yeah, he's going to be thrown off the top of that ladder like a fucking lawn dart, isn't he?
Yup.
So,
who do you think? Have we got any predictions on who's going to win it?
I think the club's going to retain.
Club's going to retain. I'm going to say that they're going to put the belts on Enzo and Cass.
There's that as well, but I think there's either that or they're going to break up Enzo and Cass.
They can.
So
they seem to have cooled off on it a little bit. Like there were sort of cracks, particularly when Enzo was falling after Lana, and even in the build-up, because Enzo's been acting as sort of like the chicken shit, wheezy little scumbag, and then hides behind his big mate, and just like, hang on, you're a babyface?
Well, this is it.
I've got Enzo and Cass to win, and I reckon it's going to be a hit. Be a good way of opening the card.
Yeah, that works for me. I'll go with that.
We've then got match we were talking about earlier. Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental title. I can't see these two really working well together.
No.
I think it'll be a shit, and I expect Corbin to win the belt.
I completely 100% agree. They just don't seem to have that good chemistry.
No.
This will be the traditional piss break match. Go to the bar, get a few shots in with the hooligans, get your ass chopped to hell.
I think it's just going to be do anything but watch the screen.
You have to actually make sure that you don't actually pay for the shots, Daz. Because that's the whole thing of chops for shots.
I know.
Okay.
What about Coxy? Coxy, what about your thoughts?
For the ladder match?
Yeah. Or both?
Well, it's both.
I think I just remember my prediction. I said I want the club to retain, but I think there's going to be. I think they're going to put the belts on Enzo and Cass. Either that, or they're going to have Enzo and Cass win on like the Raw after or something.
It's either
the Hardy Boys turn up and disqualifies the whole entire match.
You can't disqualify a ladder match. It's no DQ.
No, you can. But you can delete it.
Oh yes.
There you go. It's a ladders match.
Well, they delete it by grabbing the tag belts and walking off with them.
Well, you can have Enzo and Cass win, and then Matt and Jeff come out and say they're deleting the title win,
and have their own belts that they've just come all that. Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Why am I booking WWE? It's so simple.
Or you just got.
You heard it here, guys. I called it.
You just have Matt and Jeff stood at the top of the ramp with their own belts, and you just have Matt shouting, "Delete, delete, delete."
And then the lights go out, and just the only lights are on them.
Yeah, the lights go out. Enzo and Cass are stood there with the belts. Lights go out for a few seconds. The lights come back on. The belts have magically gone from their hands.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Hardys have got them.
Yes. That would be amazing.
Coxie, what do you think about Ambrose and Corbin? That seems to be the consensus.
Piss break. Like,
yeah,
Corbin has no bloody character or anything, and
he's just like a sack. That's the only way I can describe him. He's absolutely fucking useless, and he's just a sack.
Mind you, though, you say he's useless. I don't think he's as useless as people make him out to be. Because when you think about him, he's one of very few guys on the roster that can elicit a huge heel reaction.
This is true.
Like he is a proper heel. Like nobody likes him.
Cast. This is true.
Yeah, true. If that's what he's played his character on, then he is possibly one of the greatest heels ever. Because no one likes him. Yeah,
because I mean, if you look at especially nowadays WWE, a lot of the heels, 9 times out of 10, it's sort of like 50-50. You don't have like that sort of, you don't have that like Triple H circa beginning of like end of 1999 into 2000s who could elicit that much hatred from a crowd.
Yeah, and he's not even trying.
Yeah.
He's not even trying. So you could say he's actually a natural heel.
Mm-hmm.
I do think
not many wrestlers that can say that.
Yeah. I do like his finisher. But other than that...
Well, it's like when I was talking about thoughts about the Royal Rumble. I'm actually I'm not as warming to him as much as probably say Braun Strowman, but I'm sort of warming to Corbin a little bit because, you know, he's a very effective heel. He hits his high spots really well, and some of his moves are very, very good. Yeah,
I'll have to agree with that. But overall for this match, I think Dean Ambrose's stock has fucking plummeted.
Yep.
He's still a sack.
I think the match is going to be shit. It's going to be literally, it's an anal evacuation of a match.
Yeah.
To be honest, if they don't put that nearer to the beginning of Mania, it is going to, how would I put it? The hype's just going to drop. Like
It'll be in the death spot.
I think it's going to be a buffer match.
Yeah.
It'll be a buffer match.
Okay, so then we have John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Build up to this has actually been fucking great.
I think it's had the best build of any match on the card.
I'd agree with that.
I think Miz has been absolutely phenomenal. Miz has been fucking on fire. John Cena has been great as well. Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
His promo on the Go Home SmackDown was fucking great.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I agree with you. Miz, as much as I think he's a Johnny Bland wrestler, and when he starts mimicking Daniel Bryan, I just put my head in my hands because he's just shit at doing it, and it just really highlights, in my mind, how much of an average wrestler he is. Because I definitely think he's all promo. Like, he'd be much better suited off if he was like a manager. He'd probably be the best manager in the past decade.
That might be in his future, you never know.
He should just do it now, because he's just... I don't think he's anything special in the ring.
Yeah, but put a microphone in his hand and fucking hell.
Well, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. Make him a manager. Just keep him out of the ring.
Yeah. Even Maurice has been great as well.
Yeah.
The only weak one that's...
Keep the microphone away from Nikki Bella.
Yeah, she's fucking awful. She's the one that's letting the side down. But...
What is it from Matthew from Botchamania describes her as? Her acting as? Sub-porn level acting.
Sub what? Sub-poor?
Sub-porn.
Oh, sub-porn!
Yeah.
Every time John Cena slaps on the arse, we're just like, oh, go away.
Yeah, that made me cringe every single time.
He's just doing it, and it's like, oh, no.
No, don't. I do think I'll say for a storytelling point of view, I think this is going to probably be one of the better matches of the night. Actual in-ring action, maybe not so, but...
Yeah. I expect this to be shit, and there to be a proposal at the end of the match.
I do too. The only thing that's going to be missing from this match is Joey Styles screaming catfight at some point. That's all it's going to resolve into.
I think Joey Styles should fuck off.
To be fair, but like I say, it'll just have Joey Styles turn up for one line, go and shouting catfight, and then they kick him out the fucking building again. Catfight!
Again, I'm not really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be the standard sort of Cena match where it's going to be... There's like, he'll deliver an AA to the Miz, and then Nikki will come in and do one on Maurice, but land it on Miz, so it'll be like a sort of senton almost. And it's going to be just spotty like that, if anything, I think.
Oh, it's going to be a spot fest, I'll agree with that. Like I say, I think storyline and storytelling wise, it's probably going to be better than it is in ring. But that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Especially when the build's been so good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, I'm going to give it 2 ratings, this one. For actual in-ring action as a wrestling match, it's going to be a shit.
Yeah.
But for keeping you watching and being intrigued at what's going to happen in the storytelling kind of way, definitely a hit. 100% going to be a hit.
I'd agree with that.
So it's a mixed bag, that one.
On the card.
I'd probably put it as probably slap bang in the middle of the card.
We know it's not the main event.
It's going to be a bit of comedy relief, I think, as well.
I reckon it'll probably be about halfway through the card.
Yeah, I think it screams halfway through the card. Maybe an hour and a half in, 2 hours perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's where I would put it.
Okay, so we then have Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the United States title.
This is going to be your semi-main, I think.
Do you think? I don't think so. I don't think so, man. I think this will either be 3rd or 4th on the card.
That's a shame if it's the case.
I even thought this could be an opener match, to be honest with you. Because for me, it doesn't scream nothing. I know they've been building it, but then why for the US title? What's the point in that? Well, we know what's the point is.
Because Jericho's going to be going on tour soon, and they need to get the belt off him. So it's better having it on a match at Mania than it just having it happen on a random Raw.
Yeah.
I mean, I've no problem with it. I mean, I think the whole dissension, I think the build for it, at times it hasn't been. There were a couple of instances where it wasn't great, but overall it's been really good.
Yeah, the build's been not bad.
It should be a decent enough match. I mean, obviously Chris Jericho is 46, so obviously he does have his limitations, but he's still able to go in the ring, probably about 70% of what he used to be when he was in his prime. And I expect this to be a pretty decent match. I'm gonna say this will be a hit, and that Owens will be walking out with the US title.
Can't disagree with one single word you just said. I'm 100% in agreement.
He has to bring Petite. He has to bring it back up, don't he, to get the US title? Because it's just been pillar to post. It's not meant anything since Cena's had it. Well, since Rusev and Cena had it the first time.
To be honest, though, Daz, you can say that about a lot of the belts. Much like I will with the next match that we're going to have, unless Coxy's got anything to say about this.
The only thing I can think is sort of there is that thing of like, oh, Jericho's off on tour, but I think they're going to have him possibly retain at Mania and then lose it on the Raw. Will be like the night after Mania because everyone expects things to happen. So I could be wrong, but.
Well, surely the main thing to happen, sort of like with Raw, will be the introduction of the new general manager.
There's that.
It's rumoured to be Angle.
That'd be great. I think that sounds right as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then Broken Matt walks out.
Oh, just walks out. Delete.
Delete the reign of the authority.
That would be quite.
I've had a premonition.
Just think, them two coming out, basically seeing Triple H and Steph McMahon giving it all talking and going, nope, delete.
I've had
control delete.
I've had a premonition.
Delete. Delete.
I've had a premonition that Jeff Hardy fails the wellness policy.
Hey, I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
I know.
He's been clean, hasn't he, for ages?
True, but I can actually see them actually making him, do a piss test, and if he pisses hot, it'll fuck them both.
Well, if it melts the container, then
yeah, that'll tell you.
Okay, now to get on to sort of like my rant of this card.
Oh yes.
Fatal 4-way elimination match for the Raw Women's title. Bayley, the champion, defending against Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, and Nia Jax. Can I just ask this one thing?
Go for it.
Why the fuck is Bayley the champion going in?
She's looked weak as fuck, hasn't she? Since she's had the belt.
Mate, they fucking killed her ever since she came to the main roster. She's the equivalent of the female John Cena. She's an inspiration. Basically, her gimmick is to give little girls hope. It's to, be that female superhero for the little girls in the audience. And she's come in. She's done fucking nothing to begin with. She freaking came in. She beat Charlotte a couple of times. She lost at the Rumble. Beat her again. Fucking won it on another fucking Raw. And then, for whatever reason, they had to retain the fucking title at Fastlane, which in turn ended fucking Charlotte's undefeated pay-per-view streak. And now they're doing this fucking 4-way, and Nia Jax is in it.
For no apparent reason.
because she's big.
Because she's not like most girls.
Even though she's fucking awful. Like there's a gif online of her entrance video of, where they cut to her eyes and she looks left and right. Do you know the shifting eye dog from The Simpsons?
Yes.
I think it's that episode with Mel Gibson. Someone's just added that on top. Just like that's the equivalent of what she is.
She's a
Right. Why couldn't this match have just been Charlotte screws Bayley at Fastlane? They have like a title versus career match at Mania. Not only does Bayley win the fucking title, she fucking ends Charlotte's pay-per-view streak.
Yeah.
That's that fucking simple. But no, they have to fucking piss about and add fucking, Sasha's gonna turn heel on Bayley. Look, you can see it coming a fucking mile away.
Yeah, it's not been booked great.
It's evident that they're gonna make fucking Charlotte Flair a 16-time women's champion.
Yeah.
Nia Jax is winning the title, and The Rock's coming out. The Rock's coming out, and he's going to congratulate her.
Darren,
You've got to have The Rock somewhere in WrestleMania.
Well, don't tell Richard Pate that, he'll jizz everywhere.
Al, I will tell you this much. I will fucking boycott Raw if Nia Jax wins the fucking title. I watch it in like literally what I do at the moment is I go through the results of Raw. If there's anything that I like, I'll stick on the highlights for it. I won't even do that if Nia Jax wins the fucking belt.
I literally fell asleep when Raw the other day, and I only woke up when I heard the Undertaker bell.
Yeah, I'm going to win the. Why is she like the equivalent of fucking China? She fucking sounds like her as well.
She does sound exactly like fucking China.
I am going to win the title at Mania.
At least it's better than the fucking, since I was a little girl, I'm going to emulate my hero, Eddie Guerrero.
There was too much emotion. There was too much emotion in that. If you're trying to cut a babyface Sasha Banks promo, you've got to be more robotic.
Oh yeah, true.
I think Asuka put it best on NXT on the Botchamania intro. You talk too much.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the wrestling will be a hit. I know I'm going to be fucking pissed off with something in this match at some point, but I think the wrestling will be a hit. It'll come back down to Charlotte and Bayley.
Yeah.
I reckon. And Sasha will screw Bayley and Charlotte will become a six-time women's champion.
Yeah.
Belt's not even been in circulation for a fucking year, and she's won lost.
Is that including the Divas belt, though?
I don't know. Paul, I hardly fucking care, mate. I'm only going by what's been said on TV.
But yeah, even so, she's not actually been on the roster for 18 months?
When did she turn up? Just a couple of months before SummerSlam 2015?
So not 2 years. And she's already a 5-time champ.
Yep. So,
yeah, she's going to be 16-time champ probably by this time next week, so...
Yeah, probably.
So, but yeah, I completely agree with you. The result... I don't think there's going to be a fucking winning opportunity. I don't think there's going to be a good result either way for us anyway, just because of the way the fucking thing's been booked.
Yeah.
Wrestling match wise, though, I think it will be a hit. Just it's one of them where I just really couldn't give a flying fuck about the result.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I will give it a hit just for the fact of the action that we're going to get in the ring. I think. What about you, Coxie?
This will be my piss break.
So 2 piss breaks? Fucking hell, he must be drinking a lot.
It's all that Mega Malt he's drinking.
He obviously has a very weak bladder. I can't say anything. It happened to me at the Rumble. Went for a piss early and regretted it.
I don't care about Nia Jax. I don't care about Charlotte winning the belt again. I don't really care about Sasha Banks probably turning heel.
You don't care about Bayley because she's been booked like shit.
Well,
you won this. You retain this belt. You retain this belt under suspicious circumstances, Bayley. Surely, you're the good guy. You want to win it fair and square, don't you? Nah, I'm just going to keep it. What?
If anything, Charlotte Flair. If you watched last Raw, if anything, Charlotte Flair's come across as a face. She's the baby face.
They fucking turned
Says,
Bayley.
watch out! She's actually trying to warn Bayley about Sasha Banks. You know,
It's because when the heel turn happens, you can just be like, "Told you."
Yeah.
I'm not the idiot.
So I fucking told you so. You can see it coming on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. While I'm in the rant, actually, sorry, Coxy. Who do you think's going to win this?
I can't remember what I said now. But the problem I have with Bayley is that she always looks too overly emotional with everything.
But that's a character, though. She's an emotional. She has the mindset of a 14-year-old girl.
Oof.
As dirty as that might sound.
Yeah, fair point.
While I'm still in a ranting mood, can we talk about Shane McMahon and AJ Styles?
Yes, we can. We'll move on.
Why the fuck is this match happening?
Because apparently Shawn Michaels knocked back a match.
Apparently, some news, sorry. I've just been, someone just saying that the women's titles match being added to the main show. Is that true? Or is that
No, it's pre-show. Oh, hang on.
The SmackDown Women's Championship.
I'm just seeing this as well.
On one of the Facebook pages, it's just saying that it's been added.
SmackDown's women's title match possibly moved back to main card after negative fan reaction.
Yeah, but that means though someone else is going to be bumped into the pre-show. So what's going to be bumped into the pre-show?
Well, that's if it's happening.
That's if it's true, but yeah.
But unless that's the only one that you possibly could think of putting or getting away with putting on the pre-show is Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
That's the only one I would put on in place of that.
Yeah. Anyway, before Darren fucking interrupted me.
Sorry.
What?
To be fair, that was I'm going to defend Darren on that one. That was a pretty important update in regards to the card. Let's be honest.
He could have waited until I'd finished my rant.
Right, sorry, you can get back on your rant.
All this pent up anger. You're lucky I'm not in the same room as you, Darren. You'd be getting fucking chopped for that. Right, can I just ask, okay? In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, AJ Styles is the best wrestler in the fucking company.
Don't like the motherfucker, but yeah, I agree with you.
So, why? Why is he being put with fucking Shane McMahon? Because he's the boss's son? It's like it's like they have freaking. It's like the night of Survivor Series. Everybody took a freaking dose of Rehypnol and forgot how shit he was in that fucking tag match. I was talking to it with a couple of the guys at the academy, and they were saying, "God, John Cena was shortchanged this WrestleMania, wasn't he?" Just like, hang on a minute. John Cena has had WrestleMania after WrestleMania of having high caliber opponents. You're telling me Shane McMahon was the best option for AJ Styles?
Well, who would you put him in the ring with other than that, who's not already in a match?
I'll tell you what you could have done, okay? You could have had AJ Styles come out after Elimination Chamber and say, I have no competition. There's no competition on SmackDown, and I don't have a match for WrestleMania.
I know what's coming.
Daniel Bryan, what have you got for me? And Daniel Bryan, being the super independent geeky nerd, comes out and said, I've got a perfect fucking challenger for you. And you bring out Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh!
And you have a rematch of the awesome match at Wrestle Kingdom 10 a couple of years ago, but on WrestleMania. You can't tell me that is fucking better than having Shane McMahon, who can't freaking pull a punch without fucking decking somebody in the face, and who can't throw a fucking decent arm drag.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
Do you still think they're going to pull the one of, Shane McMahon was beat up backstage, Daniel Bryan?
I don't care.
He's got the
only thing
Daniel
I can...
Bryan then he's going to say what you said. That's how they bring him out.
Do you know what I think? For me, I think it's working towards the angle where he's going to get fired and he's going to end up moving to Raw. I think this is the way of moving him across to Raw. The only reason what's going to happen, I think it's going to be like this. It's going to be like if I beat you, you don't deserve to be on the SmackDown roster, so you're fired. But I think if AJ Styles does beat him, I think he's going to just end up he's going to ask for a microphone and he's just going to go, fuck you, you're fired anyway. So I think that's how it's going to end up playing.
I don't think it will. I think it'll just be a simple case of, like, it's apparently a normal one-on-one match.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to fucking put up with Shane McMahon chain wrestling, which is going to be fucking awful. Don't care how good AJ Styles is, you can't drag that much chicken shit out into a chicken salad.
True.
Just as long as AJ... To be honest with you, I haven't even got a hit or shit rating. Just as long as AJ Styles doesn't fucking lose.
Yeah.
Because if AJ Styles loses, I'll boycott fucking SmackDown as well. I've already threatened to boycott Raw if Nia Jax wins the women's title. I'll boycott fucking SmackDown if Shane McMahon beats AJ Styles.
He'll end up watching Nitro from the 2000s.
Fuck it, I'll fucking stick to the archive stuff. Certainly fucking better than the current product at the moment. At least in terms of, you know, story and characters and all that.
Yeah, true that. But yeah, I'm going to give it a shit. Because, like you say, AJ Styles, he can drag a mop through a decent match. Give him a big bag of mops, and it's going to be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be. I think that's going to be a shit.
Yeah.
Personally.
Coxy, Darren.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm going to go with shit, but it's just one of them, really, isn't it? It's just for Shane to get his big spot of the year in.
Yeah, true. He's going to jump off something, isn't he? He's going to jump off the roller coaster.
Probably.
And that'll be the second fatality of the evening.
Yeah.
And Enzo Amore gets killed with a ladder.
Yep.
I'm gonna round off SmackDown by talking about Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton for the WWE title.
Another good build. I think it's been an okay build.
It's been okay, but fucking what's been going on with the last couple of weeks? Bray Wyatt has covered himself in Sister Abigail's ashes, so now he has the power of Sister Abigail. And I'm pretty sure they had an article of Orton delivering a crucifix to the grave of Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
Did you see the way that they spelt it on WWE.com?
No.
It was like CRUCISIS.
Nice.
Crucius. So not only can they not book wrestling properly, they can't spell either.
No.
I think this will be decent.
I think it'll be alright.
I think this will be a decent little match. See, my thinking is that Bray will probably retain, AJ will probably win, and then you have a heel Bray against a babyface AJ for SmackDown going forward.
Well, maybe. I've got a feeling that you're going to get an appearance from Eric Rowan.
Probably. Well, they've been building up sort of like there's something in the works of Sister Abigail finally appearing.
I was wondering who would you cast in that?
Is that Mad Mary Dobson or something like that? Who's in developmental at the moment?
She'd
be the perfect
Mary.
Crazy Mary, yeah. She'd probably be the most appropriate candidate.
Yeah, true. Do you know who I would love to see? That never happen, but I think who would make a great Sister Abigail?
Go on.
Lufisto.
Oh.
I think you can tell from the dead air we have no idea who that is.
You don't know who Lufisto is?
No.
She's on.
I've seen her once.
I've seen her once. She was at PCW a while ago, wasn't she? A long time ago.
That's why I can't remember.
She's like a hardcore sort of style wrestler, and she's got like a crazy gimmick. Well, she had when she came to Preston, didn't she?
Well, no, I've got the perfect candidate for Sister Abigail. Then, if you're talking like crazy women,
go on.
Soraya Knight.
Fucking Fucking hell.
No, but she
You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong.
Daz, Coxy, thoughts on this match?
I think it'll be good. I'm surprised there isn't sort of. I was partially expecting Luke Harper to be added as like a third person or something for like a triple threat, but
what is he doing for Mania? Is he in the Battle Royal?
It's not been named in the Battle Royal, so I imagine he'll make an appearance, and I imagine Rowan will make an appearance because they've been doing vignettes sort of on the past couple of SmackDowns, haven't they?
So yeah, I can see what will happen is that Luke Harper will come to try and interfere on behalf of Randy Orton, and then it's probably going to get intercepted by Eric Rowan.
Who knows? Right. Okay. A match which I think, if they do correctly, could be possibly the best match on the main card. Seth Rollins versus Triple H in a non-sanctioned match.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah.
That's going to be good. It's just going to be a brawl all around the fucking place. Weapons galore.
Lots of weapons, lots of gimmicks.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fun match, I think.
Yeah.
It's not going to be anything technical. It's not going to tell a great wrestling story. It's going to be two guys beating the piss out of each other. And after all the actual wrestling that we'll have on the card, anyway, it'll be a nice break and something different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's going to be a cracking little match. And it has told quite a decent story so far.
Yeah, even if WWE did botch Rollins' big return last year, not sort of pulling the trigger on him as a babyface, they kept him heel, and then when he eventually turned babyface, he was a tiny bit flat, but he's gained a little bit of momentum back, I reckon.
Yeah, he's getting there. He is getting there, and I think if he does, I think obviously he's going to go over at Mania. I think he should do. I'm not saying this for certain, but he should do.
I think Joe's going to get involved.
Oh, Joe will get involved.
Oh, yeah, that sort of ties into my little fiddly-dee. Couldn't think of the right word in there. I reckon Joe's definitely going to get involved, and I reckon we might see a returning Finn Balor come into Seth's aid.
You think?
Oh, now see, I've got a contrary theory on that. You see, he may come back as a heel and aid Triple H because Rollins cost Finn Balor 6 months of his career. More than that.
Very true. I mean, he could go down that path and have Finn be the fourth guy in the heel stable along with Owens and Joe.
Yeah, that would work.
And it sort of ties in my idea of the Universal title match and what they're doing for the main event of Mania next year. But we'll talk about that when we get to the match.
Yeah, that's what works for me. Right, I'm going to have a quick break, guys, because I need to go to the toilet.
All right, no worries.
What be set?
Well, I'm going to have to head off because I'm up at 8. Well, up at 7. So
yeah, no worries.
Right.
I'm going to have to go.
Oh, Darren's over. Are you going, Darren?
Yeah.
Right.
Fall asleep here, mate.
All right, let's see you in a bit, Darren.
All right, I'll. If you get finished, Paul, just email me over the.
Yeah, I will do, mate.
Wrestling bit, beautiful.
Right, I will do, buddy.
Cool. Cheers.
In a bit.
Sorry, Coxy.
Bye.
Do you know
Sam,
what?
Are you still there?
He is still here.
Fucking hell. How have you not fallen asleep?
What have we got left card-wise?
Just take a Roman and then Goldberg, Brock, and then we can wrap up.
Right, that works. I'll just crack on there. We'll just soldier through. I'm sticking a cork up my arse for the podcast. That is dedication. Go on then. What's the next match?
Undertaker versus Roman Reigns.
Snore. I really can't give a flying fuck about it, if I'm brutally honest.
It'll probably be a snore. Roman will get booed out of the building when he wins.
Yeah.
And...
yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do as well. When you come to the fact you see a WrestleMania, you think the Undertaker match is the snore, is the another piss break. there's something wrong. So,
to be honest with you, the build hasn't been that bad, but you can just see the result coming a mile off.
yeah, it's not great.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm going to call that shit. I'm not even going to talk about it for long.
No, I'm not. And then the main event: Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title.
If this lasts longer than 4 minutes, I'll be shocked.
It apparently is. Apparently, it's meant to go between 5 and 10 minutes.
Fucking hell. That's double his whole career since he left. Since 2003, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. Actually, Lesnar Mania 20, so that'll be 2004.
Well, yeah, 2004 then. So that'll be the longest he's. Yeah, it'll be double his work rate for what? Fucking 14 years, 13 years.
Right, here's what I think. Right, it's obvious that Brock's going to beat Goldberg. And do you know what they've got Do you know what they've got booked as the main event of next year's WrestleMania?
Go on, go for it.
Strap yourselves in. It's a rematch from WrestleMania 31. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Oh no!
Yeah, they think it's third time lucky to try and coronate Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
But you know what? It could work in sort of like a really decent year-long program, because you could have you'll have Brock win. You could have the Authority faction try and take the title off of Lesnar. So you've got matches with Lesnar against Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens, and you can even work in a storyline with Kevin Owens of he's trying to preserve his spot as being the longest reigning Universal Champion of all time into their match. And then you can even do sort of like a Royal Rumble showdown between Brock and Finn if he were to turn heel and join up with the Authority.
Yeah.
You can make that last throughout the entire year and just be like, fucking hell, none of our guys can get the job done. Who is going to be the guy to take the belt off of Brock? And then you have Roman win the Royal Rumble, as much as that is going to suck, but, you know, it seems to be a given. And you have Brock and Roman in the main event of Mania next year. You have not only Roman Reigns turn heel, but you also have Paul Heyman turn heel, join up with Screw Lesnar, join up with Roman, and then both Roman and Heyman as his advocate join up with the Authority. And then that cements your Roman Reigns heel turn.
That would be nice. I'd like that.
It would be nice, but the possibility of that happening is
slim. Slim.
Yeah.
Very slim. As for this match, like I say...
do you know what? It'll probably be a shit.
Yeah, I think it'll be a shit.
Just because, you know, Goldberg is more than likely to get hurt, and I don't see... Yeah, Goldberg's more than likely to hurt, and if an injured man's going to attempt to wrestle, then it's not going to be good.
No. So, I think it'll be get your coats on, lads, we're going home sort of thing.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I'd just be like, no point in hanging around for anything after the match is finished.
Yeah, this is true.
Pretty much go.
Yeah, pretty much go. Yeah, I think it's going to be a shit. I'm not even going to sit on the fence and say touching cloth. It's a shit. So, overall, what do you think of the Mania's going to be like as a rating? On paper, does it look special?
I think it's going to be... This is the thing. A lot of the card is looking between average and below average. There's a couple of potential really good matches, but I think it's like you say, Paul. I don't think it's going to be an unbelievably special WrestleMania.
No,
I think it's going to be... I think it's going to be on par with WrestleMania 29. Not
good, not great, just serviceable.
Just there.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, WrestleMania usually is, there's something on there for you to watch. Usually. I mean, there's a couple of matches out here that stand out slightly, but I'm not being funny, but there's a couple of... on that note as well, if you're going in expecting... if you're going in expecting caviar and you get thrown French fries, you're going to be disappointed.
Well, I'm not expecting caviar, so...
Yeah.
I'm not really going to be disappointed.
This is it. So, if you're going with... obviously, I haven't got much expectations for this show, so...
No.
I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised. Something else...
Things can only be better.
Yeah, things can only get better. And on that bombshell, I'm actually surprised that we've been running this long and we're still going. I think we better start wrapping up the show.
Yes.
Are you guys still with us, Alan?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Xander?
Yep.
I do apologise. I did warn you. I did warn you before the show started. The back end's going to be very wrestling heavy.
Xander, I would just like to apologise for just talking about stuff that you have no interest in for so long.
I'm going to apologise on that as well. But it's only once a year, so. It's all right. We'll do a Formula 1 review at the end of the year and bore the piss out of everyone else, Xander.
Yeah, it's all right. You can just talk about Formula 1 for like an hour and a half, and I'll just doodle about on my phone.
That sounds good to me.
You don't even have to stick to Formula 1. You can talk about like motorsport or stuff at Le Mans, anything 24-hour. I don't mind.
You see, Alan would be into that as well. So.
Yep.
So.
Well, Alan and me can just sort of like intersplice the chat with just playing Mass Effect.
That sounds good. We could do like a yeah. You can do it.
Currently, what I'm doing at the moment.
Fair enough. And on that massive bombshell dedication to the show, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys for staying around.
Well, thank you very much for having me on, as always.
That's all right. You're always welcome, Lewis.
Sorry if I bored the tits off of some people, but I just had to get it off my chest.
That's all right.
Like Paul says, it's only once a year, so
yeah, it's once a year. We'll do a review, a rundown for WrestleMania, see what's going to happen. Coxy is going to do the review for WrestleMania. You can catch his podcast at The Lost Art of Wrestling. Just search for it on YouTube, Spreaker, Facebook. He has a Twitter handle. I think it's at Lost Art of Wrestling. He's also got
our video.
Yeah, don't forget our video at the RAD Podcast YouTube channel. Also find us on Facebook. Obviously, I've always mentioned YouTube. You find us on Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, and basically anywhere else you can find good podcasts.
If you're on iTunes and listening for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll get the episode first when it comes out.
Yeah, and give us a review while we're at it. It helps us get some notoriety and get some more eyes on us, and hopefully make us grow as a little podcast.
Well, the more 5 stars that we get, even if it isn't a 5-star show, the more we'll get noticed.
Yes, and we'll appreciate it. And as a nice thank you, if you leave us a review, we will give you a shout out. While we're at it, I was hoping Coxy would be here so he could plug himself. But yeah, follow the Lost Art of Podcasting. You can find them, like I say, on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, anywhere else you can find good podcasts. You can find them on Facebook and follow them at Lost Art Podcasting. I think that's it now, unless you guys got anything else you want to plug.
No.
Right, in that case, we're all going to fuck off and get some sleep. I'm going to go to the toilet before I shit myself. So other than that,
he's touching.
I am almost doing the actual thing. I will be, my opinion of the Roman Reigns and Undertaker match. And on that bombshell, I am leaving. I am Paul, the Hat Guy Flinders.
I'm Al Morrison.
I'm tired.
And I'm the mortified penguin's little bitch.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, and good night, good morning, good afternoon, or whatever it is you're listening. Bye.
Good old.